Hey, this is Crow Inquisitors, and we are back with episode 49. We're getting up to the big 5-0, guys. I think that's definitely going to be the most episodes of one thing we've ever done. I mean, we've already gotten that point at this point. But 5-0 would be a big number, you know?
Yeah, I don't think even if we counted all the orphans episodes we did before we were live with it, I don't think it would even come close to 50.
Yeah, probably not, because we did a lot of things, but we probably did much longer episodes, but a fewer amount of them for that. So yeah, I don't think we ever hit 50. No. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna jump into it here. The gang's back together. We're gonna do some crossing over of the two pairings again here.
Boys are back in town.
Yeah, the boys are back. Oh, that would have been the GIF I should have used for the social media post. Oh, that would have been so good. But yeah, let's jump into beliefs and instincts here, and we can figure out any tweaking that needs to be done as we kind of discuss what we want to do this session. But let's jump into it with Cantarius like we usually do. What are your beliefs and instincts, my friend?
Oh, yeah, I got nothing. We didn't. Oh, yeah, okay. So it'd be the demon is here and Lucerta must be stopped out again until about Faustus. That's still, I think.
Yeah, you're still more
wise.
About.
Like it's Alfons is at the very least pretending to try to change. I'll determine what he's really up to.
Do you care about that right now?
What's that?
Do you care about that one still right now?
Yeah, I don't think so. Because okay.
Is that something you would just put on the back burner?
Yeah, maybe I'll switch that. I got some inactive ones, so I just might throw that one down there because I don't think he's not interested about that for the moment.
Yeah, that's
he did determine he's not up to anything stupid right now. Going to court will protect my friends at all costs. I don't.
Yeah, probably not relevant this time, I don't think.
So considering what Dellon has done, I think he might have a belief about that, but I'm not 100% sure I know exactly what Cantarius is going to decide.
Yeah. Really? You don't, I feel like there's a pretty standard objective here.
Well, to just kill him?
No. I guess, but I think the problem is that wouldn't solve it. We'll figure it out.
At the very least, you could just put back this world is more than blood and gold back into the mix.
Yeah, I'll pop that in there for now. Actually, I'm going to change it to this. I'm going to say, we've captured one. Is he still bound to the guy that?
Yep.
Okay. We've captured one of the demons. Now I will find a way to kill it.
Right, yeah, because you don't want to just exercise it. You literally want to destroy it.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's it. This will be a good first, Cantarius actually can take an actionable step to attempt to do this now. Yeah.
Or, and this is probably something that Cantarius wouldn't suggest, but player me is thinking we could try to convince the demon to work for us, that we don't kill him.
Yeah, let's make a deal with the devil. That's always.
Yeah, I'm sure Dellon would be fine with that.
There's no.
Worked out for me a few times.
All right, okay, we should get into it though. But yeah, that's just an idea. It'd be fun. Like we go, inside man. Be like, because I was thinking either that or have we ever had this happen before where someone has left, like the demon has left them? What are the side effects?
Yeah.
Last session, I was told that the stronger the demon is, or rather the more
nausea, vomiting
connections they have, the easier it is for them to recorporialize, or I guess not corporealize. Yeah, respawn. And so killing a person is the least effective way to deal with a demon because they're just gone for a indeterminate amount of time. And so,
but you're asking about what happens to the bishop when the demon is gone?
Yes. I'm wondering if we have had this happen with someone else though.
Yeah, Cantarius probably has in the last year done this at least once, right? Exorcising a demon out. That seems like a likely thing.
So my thought is So, does it work anything like Nobody in the I'm Not a Serial Killer series? Because if it does, then the bishop could still pretend like the demon is inside of him.
Well,
And
remember
then
the Faustus'
I
aura
think-
reading, and I feel like pretending that there's a demon in you is a thing that he'll detect.
That is
True,
true.
he can just see it. He'll just see the nether realm. So, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I was like, oh man,
But
there's
at the
some
very
exciting ideas coming in my head, but they
like
won't
figuring
work.
out what happens to a person if they get a demon exorcised out of them, like what remaining effects. That sounds like a demonology role to me that we could start with, right?
Yeah.
Like, what
okay.
does Cantarius actually know about how this works?
Okay.
So, cool. Dellon, what are you looking at for your stuff?
I'm looking at gifs of Winnie the Pooh trying to find one where he says, "I increase my appetite when I exercise." Because we're doing an exorcism, and I was thinking that would be a funny gif for our episode, but I can't find one. So, shockingly.
Well, I
Dang.
am definitely going to make a note. So the last, so on Thursday for Terra Invicta and yesterday for Death and Madness, there have been multiple memeable moments like that, and I've been making a list of them. And
Nice.
I'm going to make some memes today.
Beautiful. Okay. Beliefs. Maria and I are working to protect Ceran. I will interrogate my father about his part in this new cult.
Right.
I got to figure out something for belief 2. Belief 3. This new cult around Alfons' son must have something convincing its adherents. I will determine what doctrine they have twisted to bolster this movement.
Mm-hmm.
And on my blade of my life, I shall hold the enemies of God at bay. I will help Cantarius expel this demon as soon as possible, by which I mean I'll watch him do it and I'll help. And then,
Yeah, you'll provide helping dice. Yeah,
right.
That's fine.
Instincts. Never go unarmed under any circumstances. Do whatever it takes to win when something more important than myself is at stake. And to never leave a word against the holy God unchallenged. And then a bunch of traits. Oh, yeah.
Yep, bunch of traits.
I have a question about your faith. Where do the other gods come into your faith?
They are supposed to be like, I think they're
Patron
basically
saints.
like angels, kind of. They're like
You-
stewards.
So
them, or-
they're actually considered very mighty men and women of the past who have died and gone to be in heaven, basically.
Well,
With
Oh, okay.
So they're like saints in but they're in Catholic theology, where like they probably, for us as Protestants, they probably have too much importance. Like you shouldn't be praying to them. But there definitely is a delineation between like them as a saint, even though they're really powerful, and God as literally a different kind of being.
Is that what Dellon believes? So he doesn't really pray to them?
I do think that Dellon is leaning more Protestant these days. Yeah.
Yeah, he also he has a little bit more of he has a different perspective on it because of all his time with the cult in that first episode or first season,
whatnot. Yeah.
Where basically he just considers them like important servants of God, and that's kind of it.
Okay.
So.
Yep. All right, Jared. What about Alfons?
We must not lose momentum. I will find a way to get to Faustus. Plan must move forward. I will find us a way to integrate Antonius with the guilds and talk about improvising. I guess I will help the king ready the Colosseum for his arrival. Instincts. Always find a reason to use my powers. Always try to surpass Dellon, and always do what I can to protect you.
Very good. And then a bunch of traits. Theo.
Do you want me to say just what they are, or what?
Yeah, we can read them off, and then if there's one you needed to tweak,
Okay.
let me know.
I must transcend to godhood. I will prepare myself by sharpening my will, nerve, and faith. My new patron has offered me power, and so I will work towards returning him to the physical realm. The next step is to find a lead on a powerful artifact. Aisha reminds me too much of my wife, but I don't trust her yet. I must find out if she's worthy of my trust and is telling the truth.
Yeah, that last one, it seems like has already happened.
The second one, I think I would change the second part of the first sentence, because I don't know
You're just going to try to get the orb, right?
I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, but I don't know if I'm actually going to do it, because I don't, if I think he's a demon or he might be a demon, then I don't know if I'd just straight up open it, because like obviously demons always like double cross you. Like I'm not actually going to do what I said, so it's kind of like I have to figure
belief
out
about
whether or not he's actually going to do it. Not necessarily like, oh, this is wrong. I don't think he really cares about that because he still hates like the saints or whatever.
You can have a belief about like determining that about your patron, right? Doing a faith roll or something to get guidance, like either that or like find some other path to find out that information. Like, is this guy going to double cross me? Like, what is going on?
I'd make a faith roll to him to like talk to him.
You could. That would be one avenue, right? You could be like, are you going to give me this information? Like, tell me the truth, right? And if you succeed, then in theory, he gives you the truth, right?
Right. I think there was always an undertone of, I think Theo could believe in the one true God. He hates the other people. So I think he just wants them to be destroyed.
Yeah.
I think he kind of thought this was the same God. Like, oh, I've heard that there's like a God.
Yeah.
And maybe this is that guy. But he's like, hey, is there a way we could like kill all these guys? Because they're kind of, annoying to me. And so he just hates them all. But I don't think he doesn't really know much about like the big G God kind of thing. And so
I mean, I think it's a reasonable thing for Theo to think that this might be big G God that he's contacting. Like he doesn't maybe necessarily know enough yet to like for sure know what it is, what Kraos is. Why, or so you could making a roll or making a test about making a belief about that, like finding out the truth is definitely an avenue we could take.
Okay. Yeah.
So maybe like changing the last part of belief 2 to that, right? And then maybe belief 3 instead of being, because I don't think it matters at this, but you've already determined whether or not HE is worthy of your trust.
Yeah, I was trying to think.
Maybe you make third belief just about getting the ore, because I think either way, whether or not you give it to Kraos or not, right? Like you still want it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So you just
I was also thinking of the second instinct, always trust Cantarius. I was also going to add Dellon because I think either way, even though he may not be like best friends with Dellon, I think he knows that Dellon wouldn't like double cross him or betray him or something. And so I think
you could probably just change it to always trust my friends, right?
I don't know if I trust Antonius though.
Right, and you can just say he's not my friend, right?
Okay.
That's an easy thing. You can just decide who that group is, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. So I'm thinking like for belief 3, something about what you believe about the order or the task or whatever. And then
about what basically our plan to kind of take them to.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So however you would like to write that, and then we can probably just leave it off there and just jump into it from here. Cool. So I think the first thing I want to start with is we should make a roll or 2 for Antonius. I think it makes sense at this point that Antonius would start his like guild contacts little subplot thing. We can see how that like starts off, how it ends up going. So Alfons, you had a belief about helping Antonius with this. So if you would like to help here, you can. And then Cantarius, would you have been helping here as well? If you could. I mean, Cantarius has connections with craftsmen and things too, right? I think it's a circles roll first. Oh man, yeah, he's gonna definitely need help. Sure. Antonius has a 1 in circles. He's just like never used it.
I mean, I have a 3 in circles, but I don't have like a reputation or anything. Are you just talking like role playing wise? Like
I'm talking.
It it would be like would have
settings wise. You have city life paths, and they're like taskmaster and student and tinkerer, right?
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
Okay. So
should I roll circles for him?
I don't think so. I think, I mean, you could, I suppose, but like this sounds like it's a thing that Antonius wanted, like in terms of like fictional positioning
or something. Yeah.
No, but like in terms of the fictional positioning, Antonius makes the most sense to do this. He was the one. He doesn't have his reputations or affiliations anymore with the guilds, but like fictionally, he was in the guilds where Cantarius wasn't. Right.
Okay.
So I think it makes more sense for him to roll it, but you guys can all help and stuff, right? So I think he needs to find a person who will let him kind of enter the world of the guilds again, and won't like reject him for what he did in the past. He's to find a buddy who will stand up for him and accept him once again into the fold and give him some opportunities to pretend like maybe he's trying to join the guilds again or whatever, right?
How many linked tests can one do?
In theory, and any amount, but it would just be determined. It would be limited by the amount of time there actually exists to do them in.
Okay.
Let's figure out the ob first here. So he probably just needs to find someone who with the exact same life path as him, right? Master Craftsman.
Mm-hmm.
So no increased ob there. So we're just still at base ob 1. I think it's the same. Well, no, I guess it is higher station rank or social class at this point because Antonius is down in the mud with all you peasants at this point. No longer a guild man. So that's going to make it an ob 3. And then I think it's going to be an ob 4 altogether because his disposition has to be towards Antonius and and that would be unlikely because of what happened in his past. So I think it's going to be a total ob 4. He's starting out with a circles of 1. He has 10 persona though, so he could dump some persona in this to make it easier for himself. And then Cantarius.
Think about it. One day you're playing, you're stocking up persona. The next day you're not playing, and your GM uses it up for you.
Yep,
How depressing. It really puts things into perspective, you know?
yep.
Don't stock up on persona, y'all.
Yeah. So Cantarius, I assume, is helping with his circles.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And then Alfons, did you have city life paths at any point?
I was gonna help him with noble wise.
Oh, with noble. Oh, like with a link test.
Yeah.
I
Oh
don't
no, that would be my fork. Would be noble.
You can't fork into circles normally. You can help with like other circles, right? Or resources dice, like cash die or whatever. Actually, you know what? That's probably a thing that Antonius would do first. Is try to generate a cash die here, which he does successfully. So he'll also have some bribe money.
Wait, let me help him with that resource test.
With what?
My resources.
Well, it already happened.
Well, yeah, you did it before you did it in like half of a second.
That's fine. So you want to get a test on circles or on resources, is basically what you're saying. So it would be an op 2 against your resources. Cantarius, you can do this too if you wanted to.
Yeah,
Like test.
Yeah, ob 2 resources test, whatever that would be for your resources.
I'm just seeing what the job is.
No.
Yeah.
Thanks. My resources is 2.
Oh yeah, routine. I leveled it up. I'm level 2.
Okay, so your resources also taxed. Wait, you don't have to roll it. Oh yeah, you're just.
I was just seeing what it was.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was routine or.
Oh yeah, Cantarius, if you accept
tax resources,
not if you help. Well, I guess if you help and sorry. Well, the order of operations that should have happened here is you should have offered your help dice to Antonius, and then if he succeeds, nothing bad happens. If he fails, then you all get taxed. But
so what
he already succeeded at the roll. It's just that he didn't see if people wanted to help first. So
yes, which I should have done. So basically, you can just mark a difficult resources test for free if you would like, Cantarius.
Sweet.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
What does the belief have to be in order to get a persona again? It has to be just concrete.
Like something concrete that you could succeed a roll on is the main idea.
Right.
Actually, what we.
That's what I
rule of thumb.
So I should be a concrete mixer, is what you're telling me.
I mean, there's a skill for concrete making.
Oh, yeah.
What?
The best Artha farm.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cantarius, you're offering a help die for your circles. Alfons, you have a student life path in the city, so you could also offer a help die because you have relevant settings with circles if you'd like. Is that something you would like to do?
Sorry, I sneezed and my whole brain vibrated. Can you say that again?
Oh, I was talking to Jared.
Okay. That's good. Yeah, couldn't feel my face.
Thanks for that that brain image though.
Yeah.
I suppose it's possible Jared is talking to his wife currently.
Or his baby.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Sorry, what'd you say?
is my third belief concrete enough to, like, if I succeed, get a
I will take a look. I was saying, Jared, you have a student life path in the city, so you can also just offer a help die with your circles to Antonius if you'd like.
Is that in addition to my fork?
That would be no. So you can't fork just like normal skills into circles. Remember, yeah.
But I can use my circles.
That's the idea. Is you're helping with your circles. Yeah.
I have a G4. Does that count as 2, or is it still only 1?
No, unfortunately, if you were making the roll, it would be gray shaded, even if they're giving you black dice. But it works the other way around too. So you're giving him a gray die and it becomes black.
Since I want that to increase more.
Yeah, I mean you'll automatically get an ob4 test for it. Yeah, if you help him.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And I'll do a linked test with Noble Wise.
I don't think you knowing about nobles helps find this person. This is like a master craftsman.
Or city wise then.
City wise, yes, you could make a link test with city wise if you like.
Okay, and I can fork in Noble Wise to city wise.
No, not for what you're using it for. Adam, that's fine, but you won't get persona unless you secure all of them. So I would rewrite it to be the next one is the one you're caring about right now, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I would actually switch the causality on these, right? So you started off with the orb, maybe one of the keys. I would make that the last part, and I will help HF find and secure the artifacts to prevent the others from using them is the first part of the belief, right?
Right, that makes sense. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna make the roll here. Circles. Actually, you're making it city-wise. I think op 2 if you'd like to do it.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, makes sense. Alfons has contacts in the city and stuff. So, okay, so if you'd like to spend a fate and get an extra success, you'll actually give him a die. Otherwise, nothing bad happens.
No.
Okay. All right. So he is going to get 2 help from both of you, and then he'll just go ahead and bank his 3 Artha in it because if he fails this, then the whole subplot kind of falls apart. So, he should probably succeed on this one. Op 4. There you go. And he got a challenging test for it, which he didn't need. That's unfortunate. That is very, very unfortunate. Yeah. Yep. Bummer. Okay, so he does succeed on his test, though, which means he has made his contact. And I think because again, this is an NPC doing this kind of off screen too, so we don't need to spend a whole bunch of time like playing out the scene. But I think he would start getting in touch with his blacksmith contacts and all that stuff. What particular thing would you want him to do, Cantarius, at that point? Like, what's the plan here for him to get? Is he just getting information on Faustus? Does he want to find some weaknesses about Faustus? Like what would be a good thing for him to attempt to do now? He does have the assess skill, which is like, perception based sort of like scan things. Yeah, that makes sense. So he just keeps his eyes and ears open while he's doing his stuff and sees what he can find. What do you have any specific thing you would like him to find out? Like a secret way into Faustus's house. We could just make it like a graduated test and just find out how much he knows, right? Just like see how many successes he gets. Or if there's something specific, we can set an op.
We could just, I don't know. I'm thinking like more meta than like a way into his house. I mean, or just the cult, right? I mean, can we find out like where his cult gatherings
Where
are?
is the cult? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because then we can go and capture an acolyte, and that would be a lot easier to figure out more details about him.
Perfect. Yeah, that sounds like a great plan.
Plus, it's a fun little a fun way for the story to go.
I agree.
And have him send some crafts people to the Coliseum.
Oh yeah, he could do that too. Here, we'll go
Two
ahead and make
birds with one
this
stone.
assess roll, and I think the ob for finding out where the cult gathers is, let's say, an ob. I don't know. What do we think? What's the difficulty of that sort of thing? Like he has access to the guild stuff again, but that doesn't automatically mean that he's part of the cult part of it, right? So it should be slightly difficult.
Before.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And I think we can probably make this like a kind of a montage of things here, and he can fork in like stealthy and inconspicuous because those skills are helping him look at things that he wouldn't normally be able to look at because he's able to be sneaky about it.
And I send Tiddlywinks to help him, so he gets a +1 help dice.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably fine. Because he's like literally. Well, actually, okay. So if Tiddlywinks was like literally like a spirit familiar or had like specific stats, he doesn't have a skill to help with. I don't know if he actually can give a. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have any skills because he's an animal. He just has perception, which you can't help skill with a stat. So even if you do send him, like I don't think he gets a mechanical bonus.
Okay, never mind then. He's with me then.
Yeah. Also, a red panda is not very inconspicuous, so let's see. 1, 2. He can probably add a fork for craftsman wise because those are the people he's talking to and looking at, right? The primary people he's making this roll against. But I think that's probably it. And I think he'll go ahead and use his cash die that he generated because I realized I didn't even add it to the circles test. And bribe some people, right, to try to get some better access to things. And I think that is it. So let's go ahead and make the roll. He'll add. This is also pretty important, and I'm not sure when Antonius is going to be making rolls again, so I'm going to go ahead and spend another 3 Artha in this. Because why not? All right, well, definitely didn't need those, but... All right. Yeah, so 7 against 4, he definitely succeeds on doing what you asked him to do, right? And he does it without being caught, right? So you now know where probably the next gathering is going to be in the next couple of days or whatever. And as long as you don't delay too much or get caught up in some other side thing, you should be able to make it and do whatever you'd want to do there. So then, yeah, the other thing would just be Antonius like getting some craftsmen to help out with that Coliseum stuff, Jared.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a persuasion skill though, which is what he would need. Do you want him to just fail a persuasion test, or
what are his skills?
He could like make a circles roll to like circles up a craftsman who knows other craftsmen and can convince them of things, but like his skills are like mending, blacksmithing. He could haggle with them about the price, but like to actually convince them to do it in the first place is another thing.
Can he circle someone to send to me for me to persuade?
Yeah, that makes sense. And I think it would just be maybe an up 2 for him. Because it's just the same life path of master craftsman. Or no, you need like an architect, don't you?
Yeah.
Or a mason.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
But are they not master craftsmen in their own craft?
I think there's a different life path for it is the issue, right?
Okay.
It's still the same setting and stuff. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is going to be... I'm going to have him make another resources test to generate some cash die.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. He has another cash die to use. And he'll use
I helped
that.
him with that one too.
You can't just say it after I make the roll, Jared. You waited specifically that time. Let's see. He's going to spend his cash die, and then I don't know if he's going to do anything else, though. I think it's going to be an ob 3. He's just going to fail it. Okay, he got a 6, so he'll spend a fate. He'll just spend 2 fate because he has plenty. And reroll 2 dice. Remaining ob 2. Hey, there you go.
Wow.
That was a good roll. Okay, so he managed to succeed on that. And got another challenging test he doesn't need. And cool. Yeah, so he manages to send you like an architect / mason, some person who would be good for this plan you have. But yeah, I think all that's happening in the background here. And I think we get that montage as we start, but then we cut over to Dellon dragging Bishop Armando. Where exactly? Like do you know where Cantarius is right now?
He's just roaming around. You're muted, David, by the way.
Oh, sorry. Probably not. Sorry, I didn't realize that was directed at me because
You're just looking around. Cantarius dragging him. Where's Cantarius?
Yeah, because like you and like Alfons and Cantarius split up from you guys, went to Giolina, the crime boss. That's where they're staying right now.
Right.
But I mean, even just dragging him there is going to make a whole big scene. So you probably want to have to make some sort of roll, maybe to like find Cantarius or get contact.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. For some reason, I thought you were saying Alphonse. That's why.
Anyways, to be honest, you're player characters, so we can just say, like, you don't have to make circles rolls or whatever to find.
Right.
I guess the only thing would be, is Cantarius and Alphons making it specifically difficult to find them, like intentionally, or did you guys set up some way that like the other two could get in contact with you?
I thought they were still living at my house. So that's why I figured it wouldn't be.
They
that.
were not.
Yeah, we probably just.
Where were they living then?
They're living in Giolina's house right now. Well, actually, they might be living.
We are.
Alphons actually might be living at. You tell me, Jared. Did you move to the King's, like Nico's place?
Yeah, I guess that'd probably be the safest spot for him.
Yeah. Did Cantarius move there then too?
Be seen at my house, anyways. I guess.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah, it probably doesn't make sense for you to stay with Giolina when Alphons has moved to somewhere else. So in that case, I think there's no role. You can just find him then, because he's literally like a couple houses over from yours. So,
but isn't he? Didn't you just say he was like in the king's house? Basically.
No, so it's not the king's house. It's where the king is living, but it's not the palace, because he doesn't have a palace yet. It's just the other bishop's house, Nico Ard, the one that Alphons was gonna.
I'm just saying it'll be a lot harder for me to storm into somewhere that the king lives.
Yes, that is true. But my point being, you can contact Cantarius, no problem.
Okay.
So if you wanted to set this up for somewhere else, you could do so. There's no difficulty to get in contact with him.
I see. Okay. I mean, where would we have wanted to do this? Because I mean, in theory, we could have, like, we went there intentionally, so we could have set up beforehand, like, you know, if this is successful, we should meet here or something, whatever. But it's not like Armando was a surprise, right? We went there on purpose. So I guess as a group, where would we want to do something like this?
A literal exorcism.
Yeah.
Your basement.
Yeah, your wine cellar.
I mean, it might not be the worst idea, just because I suppose there's less that can go wrong that way. Maybe. Sure, let's just do that.
Yeah, it seems like the simplest option.
Cool.
Okay, cool. So, what do we see from that? Is Cantarius already waiting for you in your basement, or is it the other way around? Does Cantarius come into the basement and Dellon is there with Armando? Either way, it looks creepy.
Yeah. What would you say, Connor?
You can decide.
I guess probably the latter. I assume you weren't just waiting for me in my basement, indefinitely. So, and if you're just 2 houses down, I'd probably just send a runner.
He seems like that kind of weird, but yeah.
Well, I mean, it's up
2
to
houses
you.
down, I'll just come down in the basement.
You are Batman, so you can just appear out of the shadows and be like, yes, I have been waiting here for 12 hours to make that appearance. No, don't think about it too hard. It'll ruin my facade.
Yeah, so we see Dellon and you were like, you dragged him away with what's his name, Medetto?
Yeah.
The colonel guy, but is he still with you or?
Yeah, I kind of want him to witness all of this because then I will have a witness that isn't like Cantarius or Alfons.
Who's Medetto? Is he your like supervisor guy, right?
No, he's the city guard guy.
Oh.
The city guard guy who made a stink about you doing a duel with Dellon in the middle of the cathedral.
Yeah,
that guy. Yeah.
That guy.
Who's currently on the watch. Who's watching for Alfons right now. He has eyes on him. So.
Oh, I didn't know that.
What's happening in the background? Yeah, that happened in their session.
Oh, okay. Well, that might be awkward. Hope you're not here, Alfons. Sorry.
Oh, I mean, am I not?
Yeah, you can be if you want to. Yeah.
Yeah, it's up to you.
I thought I was because Antonius and I were sticking. No, the Cantarius and I were sticking together.
Yeah, you can be you just have other stuff also going on, so it's totally up to you if you can be working.
Antonius is doing
something.
most of that. I just gave him like direction. So yeah,
yep.
I'll be there.
Okay.
I'm sure we need talk at some point.
Oh yeah, that's probably true. All right, cool. So I guess Theo's the only one who's down here.
Yeah, you can be there to convince Sergio that this is okay to do.
Oh yeah, that'll work well.
That'll be a problem. That would be really bad.
I don't think Alphonse could make a roll at all on Sergio. Yeah. It's just off limits.
Unfortunate.
So Cantarius and Alphonse step down the dark stairs, probably holding a candle, right, or whatever, because it's dark down here.
Yeah.
And then Dellon is just about standing behind a chair with Armando in it, tied up, and then Medetto's there, tensely.
He's got a gag in his mouth, so he can't poisonous lying us or whatever it was. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Poisonous platitudes.
Poisonous platitudes, yeah.
Yeah. Poisonous platypus, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think of every time we say platitudes.
Yeah, so probably Dellon, the only thing you've told Cantarius is like, we captured the bishop. Like, I need you to do your thing, right?
If that, because I sent a runner, so I was probably just like, get over here.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so Cantarius and Alphonse, you're in the dark as to what went down exactly. So
literally.
Well, you certainly work quick.
Yes, and I'm hoping that you can work quicker because I suspect Sergio will catch wind of this, and we will not have him for long. So, Cantarius, if you can begin immediately, we need to be rid of this pest. And I just go ahead. And to gesture.
Armando looks pathetic with his gag, just out of it.
Okay, so this is where Cantarius phones a friend.
Okay.
He's gonna try and make an intellectual discipline connection with Gorath.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah. Telepathy across the distance. Yeah, sure.
Yep. What's my op for something like that?
That is a good question. Let's take a look at your magic stuff. Cantarius magic handout. Okay, so you're using the intellectual discipline. So you can do. Let's see, is there a skill that makes sense here that you can fake or imitate? Not really. I think it's probably trait is what you're attempting to do. Because I think the idea would be you're trying to create a trait, give you both a trait that allows you to have a telepathic connection. Right?
Mm-hmm.
In which case, I think the base ob is 4. Since this is like a trait that doesn't exist, and it says like unpriced life path traits in the individual character stock chapters are ob 4. So it's just like any other character trait or any other trait that you want to make up. I think that's a good baseline too, especially if it's like a die trait, which is this would be. So let's see, ob 4, and then breadth. You need it to go to 2 different people. So that's ob 7. How long do you want it to last?
Shoot.
I mean,
Maybe
it'll
5
be
minutes.
one person because he's just contacting someone.
No, because like he needs to be able to set up a link where they can both speak to each other, right? And so both of them need to have a trait that allows that to be facilitated.
But
that's the easiest way to do it in the rules.
Add a difficulty for doing it to yourself.
No, it's just the idea that like they're I see what you're saying. Well, no, because he needs to give him no, yeah, because that is a fair point. Because okay, so the breadth obstacles is self 0, right? Single target 1 person plus 1 ob. Group handful 2 abilities plus 3 ob. The issue is he is indeed doing it to multiple people. One of them just happens to be himself. I don't know if it matters, right? I think if you're doing it to multiple people, even if one of them is yourself, it still is like the increased ob.
Gotcha.
Let's say I'll give it to you as a plus 2 ob instead of a plus 3 ob. So it's ob 6 right now. But then duration, it will also increase depending. If you just need it for 1 test, if you just need to contact him long enough for him to like help you with your one thing you're doing here, then that's no increased obstacle.
Contacting me, he's like, I am in the bathroom. Oh, darn it. It ran out.
Well, yeah, the issue, the thing with that one is if he doesn't, it's until he makes the test, he has the contact, right? So,
well, it's for a test, right? Like you couldn't do it and then be like, cool, I'm never gonna make that test.
Yeah, I know, but like it's not gonna be like he makes the intellectual discipline, gets in contact with him, and then Goreth is like, sorry, I'm busy, and then it just fails. Like that's not that would be if he fails the roll. Sure.
Yeah, that was sort of what I meant. Yeah.
Is that all you need it for, Cantarius, or do you want to set up something more permanent? Because it would be plus 1 ob to have it cover this entire scene, right? Like, everything that's about to happen here.
I think it might be worth it.
Okay.
I don't know if I can do it or not.
We're at ob 7.
Make it permanent and have Gorath live in your brain. Sorry, what's your?
I'm gonna help you, Connor.
Oh, please, thank you.
I help
What
too.
were you saying, Jared?
I'm gonna help you with my man.
Oh, okay.
I also help.
With what?
Yeah, that's gonna be the.
I don't think your potential discipline helps here, Dellon.
You
have
help
faith,
him
though.
potentially make the contact.
Give him a massage with the force.
You do faith.
I'll focus.
Oh, yeah, faith him.
Yeah, sure.
Do you want to give him multiple dice or 1 die?
I mean, what's the ob for 1 dice?
The ob for 1 dice, I believe, is 3. It's 3 because you're not doing it against yourself, right? Because you have believer. So if you're doing it against yourself because you're a believer, if Cantarius had the trait believer, then it would also be an ob 2.
Does believer only affect?
It's
once for you.
Believer. What it means is -1 to all faith obstacles against this person. So if you're doing it against yourself, then it still counts. We played that originally wrong.
Interesting. Okay.
For a while, but if you're trying to give him multiple dice, then it's an ob 4, and then anything above that, if you get a 6, then you get 3 dice total.
All right. Is ob 4 challenging if I have 5?
No, it's
difficult. I mean, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll do that. Whatever that was.
Yep, ob 4.
All right.
So if you get more successes above ob 4, you can give him more dice, but
it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
It did happen.
Miracle.
Do you want to spend
Literally.
1 fate? You could possibly give him another die.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah, why not?
Because it's already open-ended, so the 6 is already rolled, but you can re-roll that 1, a 2 or 3 there. Yeah.
Don't have a lot of fate, and I need to spend it on swords. Oh no! What just happened? Everything's gone on.
You don't have 38 fate. What?
I have 3 fate.
Can I give David like 15 of mine?
No, you cannot.
But I also need 2 deeds.
At a 2 to 1. trait.
Yeah. All right.
If you become a martyr, Alfons, get the Aura of Martyrdom trait, and then die gloriously, then your whoever picks up your bones can get your Artha.
Oh, sorry.
Yep, that failed. But you at least give him 2 dice on this, so you can take that, Cantarius. It is a total of Ob 7. Alfons, you can obviously do your essential discipline, and I think you can just fork that in or help him with it automatically.
Wow, he can just help with magic, but I can't.
Yeah, because Alfons has a thing that allows him to just automatically boost him with juice, right?
Well, I'm gonna try and give him multiple dice.
Okay, yeah, you can do that too.
And what's the ob for advantage effect? Ob 3 for +2.
For
if it's
use. Yeah, it's Ob 3 for +2, yeah.
Okay.
I think that's all that.
4 for +3.
Yeah. Except there actually is an additional Ob because you're not doing it against yourself.
Okay. Then I'll do.
Because it would be so it'd be Ob 4 for 2 dice for you, or Ob 5 for 3 dice.
I'll do the Ob 4.
So 2 dice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's
Go for it.
Named and learned, so I get +2.
Mm-hmm.
Does the help dice affect the difficulty?
It does. Artha does not, but the help dice does.
Oh, okay, so wait, that'll be 5, 6, 7. Is 7 into a 5 a routine? Or 5 into a 7?
So Ob 5 against 7 dice. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I believe it is. Let me check.
Oh, darn.
It is a difficult. It's just on the edge.
Oh yeah, I'll go for 3 dice then to get the +5.
So Ob 5 then.
Yeah.
Okay. Go for it.
And holy cow, that sucks. But yeah, I'll re-roll 1.
Yep. You got a lot of 6s too.
Oh, that sucks. Sorry, Connor.
Hey, Caleb. Is
the
influential discipline? Are you actually hypnotizing people, or is it just you're really influential?
You're kind of influencing them subtly, yeah.
Okay.
You have another option in which to actually hypnotize people, and that's your faith, because you have faith in dead gods.
Right.
As a reminder, yeah. That's how you actually hypnotize people. Okay, so Alfons, you failed to give him any extra dice. You tried to overextend yourself a little bit with your magic, and it doesn't end up working out. But you at least have the extra 2 dice from Dellon, Cantarius, and then forks if you have any.
Sorry, Connor, I was greedy.
Okay, so
Ob 7.
dang. All right, so can I fork in both of my disciplines, sensory and physical?
I don't think so, because all you're doing with this is just making a trait, and I don't think having senses or knowing biology helps at all. This is a purely intellectual discipline thing.
You're familiar with the language centers of the brain.
I mean, yeah, I have anatomy.
Yeah, anatomy is fine, but I don't think physical discipline. Yeah.
You gotta name the ability, so you get +1.
Well, but that would be for future reference, wouldn't it?
No, remember, naming it is automatically gives you a die. If you do it enough times, then you learn it and get an extra die.
Mind Palace plus Gorath.
Okay, it has to be. It literally says a flowery or poetic name. It's not just
the idea.
What about funny?
All of Cantarius' spells are super boring.
Super direct. Yeah.
That is very Cantarius of him. Yes.
Okay, let me think through this.
It says if the channeler player names his spell with an appropriately florid name or offers a vivid description of how he is using his source, then he gains +1 die to cast the spell. That's my version of it there. So you don't have to name it if you want to. You could also
describe. I mean, I'll probably do that anyway, but I'm trying to come up with a funny name. Well, maybe I'll get something as I describe it. I think what happens is Cantarius just like sits down and goes into his smoke mine palace, and he like separates himself from his body, and he looks at his body, and he
Force
sees
ghost.
like these little strings of connection, and he's like, that one's Gorath, and he like goes inside the string and he follows it through to wherever Gorath is.
Yeah, and your source
and the string like goes to different places that Gorath is particularly connected to before it goes back to him.
Right. Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can take a die for that. That's fine.
Well, I also have to come up with a name.
I mean, you can come up with a name off.
Can I name it Phone a Friend?
You can name it Phone a Friend. Yeah,
that's hilarious. Okay.
Cantarius isn't naming this
connection.
This is obviously Connor naming the spell. Cantarius is not actually naming it that, but
yeah, that's fine. Man, maybe one of these days I'll come up with a serious name for it, but today is not that day. Okay, so that's Op 7. I currently have 2 helping die. I'm gonna chuck that 3 persona in there.
Yep.
I can't think of anything else I could fork it, and so
yeah. Do you fork an anatomy?
I did.
Okay.
And then I gave him 2 dice as well, right?
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it though. Go for it.
So, and I can't fork in Sensory Discipline given what I described.
Yeah, it's again the actual thing you're doing. Like even if you follow it, the thing you have to do after that, right, is create this connection, which is a intellectual discipline only thing. Yeah.
And Sensory Discipline wouldn't help me get to him in the first place.
I don't.
That's kind of where I was going with that.
Nah,
okay.
I like it, maybe it does, but it doesn't actually help the thing you're actually doing, right?
Okay. All right. Okay. Anybody else can think of anything else? Let me know. But there I go.
And meditate.
Yeah, I could do a links test, but
you don't have meditation,
but I've never had good experience with link tests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember who I am.
Right. I mean, I guess that's fair.
Okay, that's a lot of 6s. Except this is already open-ended.
Yeah. So it's a coin flip. If you'd like to.
So I can only spend 1 fate. That's it.
Don't you have you do have Aura of Determination. So that's always a backup if you really need to.
Yeah.
Oh, Affinity. No, Gorath. No, actually, Gorath has like demon stuff going on.
Yeah.
Affinity for demons die.
Affinity
Take
for
it.
Demons.
So just go ahead and roll that die first.
Die?
Yeah. We forgot that.
Hold on. There. Okay. I'm just using it as fate, even though I'm not spending.
Yeah.
Okay, shoot.
That was a 1.
And now
it's a
the real fate. Kill me.
Wow.
Someone end my existence.
Double 1.
2-1.
Now I can use Aura of Determination.
Yes, you can use Aura of Determination now if you'd like.
Can I? So that's to have everybody in the scene reroll. Can I also allow Alfons to reroll his link test?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that definitely makes sense. Yeah,
that's awesome.
So I think the idea here is that you're like, no, this is too important. Like we have to get this right. And he said, maybe you just like let the magic fall for a second, and you're like, start again, try again, like everyone start again, like we're doing this again. Oh no, you got the exact same thing.
I mean,
but you got 6s. You could spend fate to reroll.
I can't. It's already magic.
You could coin flip it though.
Well, you could still coin flip it though.
Coin flip it.
What is happening?
Game.
Do I get another test for this?
No, I don't.
Wait a second. No. That's not how this isn't how call-ons work. Scratch the thing you just did, Alfons. You're re-rolling the failed dice.
Oh, that's right.
Remember? So, Alfons, for you, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Jeez, that's more dice than I.
And you just need 1 success, right?
Yeah.
Is it it's a call-on? Is that what that is?
It's a very powerful call-on. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's order of determination says you and all of your companions get to reroll 1 test in a great effort.
Oh, you get 3 extra dice, Connor, in addition to whatever else you're.
And you know what? Let me double check this. Actually,
Yeah, it doesn't sound though say like the same language they use for call-ons though. Typically,
it is a call-on. It's listed as a call-on in the traits.
Right.
So we'll just read it.
I just don't think that they describe it as a reroll normally, like just a flat.
Did you still fail though, Jared?
No, he succeeded. This trait allows the character and everyone within his presence to reroll 1 test in a great effort.
Yeah, but is that the same language it uses for rerolling? Because that makes it sound like you're rerolling the whole thing. And if all call-on traits sound like that, then that makes sense. But that sounds different.
Not
than
what? Yeah, that's true.
what I'm used to. Usually, it says you reroll all failed dice.
Yeah.
Hey, David.
Yeah.
That's why I'm confused. What's
Hey,
up?
David.
Yeah.
Shh.
No, I think you're correct. That makes the most sense because this is
No.
a special one. This is a special one that can be used on anything, but you have to reroll the whole thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone gag David.
What's happening?
Anytime an important roll happens.
Yeah. So
he's gonna
sorry.
gag David.
Scratch the second thing. Then I think the first one that you did was correct. That makes sense because it's like a super powerful one. Everyone gets to reroll something, and it can be on anything, but it's not a regular call-on
It would
situation.
be weird if it was. Yeah. I don't know.
I agree. I
Does
think because that is
counts
a
as
very
second test, right?
it does count as a second test. Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, Connor.
It does.
No,
Rerolls would count. as
no.
the same.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
wouldn't
think that
count as a
makes
second
sense.
test. Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Now I'm doing it. Gosh dang it, David. What have you done?
It's okay. I also did it
I'm
while
working
you were-
against ourselves now.
I help him with the spatial
Joined your side.
discipline to figure out where
Mhm.
he is.
You what?
Sure, you could do that, but it would be a very difficult roll, and you'd probably fail it. You could try
think-
it.
Connor, you mean where
Yep.
breath is?
Yeah, and
I don't
honestly,
think
I don't
that's
think we have.
the
I
difficulty.
don't think we have
Yeah.
time. Like the determination is happening. People are just making their rerolls.
Plus, I don't think there's any actual difficulty in him finding him. There weren't any dice added because
Yeah,
he was far
yeah.
away. So
Yep. Well, technically there was.
I thought it was
in
just because
the
there were
breath.
multiple
It was just
people.
2 different people. Yeah, but
Yeah.
the other breath modifiers are actually. I won't change the ob now, but technically the breath continues and goes like over village, over a town, over city, over mountain, over sky, ocean. But I think it's how much the spell affects. That's what matters.
that's it's breadth, not like distance. I don't think they care about distance, which is a little weird, but
Anyway. Just go ahead and roll.
you just firebolt somebody from anywhere on the planet.
Make sure you. I think there is common sense distance, but in this case, I think it makes sense that Cantarius can do this.
So what?
Yeah.
So re-roll the test that you made. Make sure you add your affinity for demons die though. So you should have 3 advantage and the 3 Artha that you spent.
Okay. So
Ob 7.
whoops. So 3, 7.
Are you serious? The exact
How-
same thing.
Wow.
Another coin flip. Let's go.
I mean, we got 3 ones in a row.
This
How could we
game.
possibly get another? Wait, hold on. Give me 1 second.
What's the odds?
Never.
Uh,
No,
Connor,
I'm
you
just
didn't-
gonna
Connor,
do
you're
this a
down
couple
1.
times.
You're down 1. You're down a die. You didn't add your anatomy die. You should have 4 advantages. You have 2 from Dellon,
I can't.
1
add
from
another one.
affinity for demons, and 1 for anatomy.
There you go. There you go.
Wait, what? I didn't realize I had 2 from.
2 from David. Yeah.
Did he? Because he just re-rolled that.
No,
No,
I
no,
did faith and got.
He did
plus 2.
faith and got more successes than he needed on the help. Thing.
Oh, so I've been down a die the whole time then, guys.
You have, yeah.
Ma'am, none of this is. Let's be honest. If you had rolled another dice back then, you would have gotten another one.
Well, let's do that real quick. Let's
Yeah, I guess
roll that
technically we
die
would've had
first.
two
Yeah, that's
shots
fine.
at this.
We don't want to waste your aura of determination if you don't have to. Yeah.
Right. So okay, remaining dice. This is to
Let's
get back
let
my aura of
David roll
determination.
for
Yeah.
Connor here.
Is it
This
a 1?
is-
It's a 2.
No, it was a
This
2,
is
but
to
still.
actually. This is the coin
Better.
flip
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
current timeline.
Oh, it's a miracle.
Gracious! What is this game?
It took you
Someone-
expending every single thing you had.
Yep.
Escape.
I mean, it
And now-
costs us
okay,
all the resources, but we got there.
It costs us literally everything just to talk to Gorath.
This better be worth it, Gorath.
He's
Oh,
like,
man.
sorry, I'm busy.
Yeah, so he's on the toilet. This is all for nothing. Yeah.
He's like, I got the poops. Give me a second.
Oh man.
Okay, so what do you want from
So
Gorath
much.
exactly? What was the point of this?
Well, I mean, we need to. So neither
That's
of
a
us
good
know how to
question.
kill demons.
Right. This is like put our heads together, finally
Yeah,
figure
we
it out.
Yeah, we gotta.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of time. You should just get rid of it.
What do you mean?
I mean, you should just expel it the boring way and that doesn't kill it, but gets rid of it now without murdering Armando. And then you should figure out how to kill them for when we get to Faustus because we'll have time.
Well, you're not going to
Well-
have a better opportunity to like figure out how to kill the demons than right now. I don't
Yeah.
think.
I guess so.
Even if there is a time crunch, like there's going to be a time crunch any other time too that you like capture a person with a demon or whatever.
All right, but do they have to capture a person with a demon to figure this out?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. I don't think they've had a stellar opportunity like this one the entire time they've been working on this problem.
Okay. Well, good luck.
So Jared, do you happen to want to take a look at Gorath's sheet and play him for briefly to see if, or do you want me to do it?
I mean, you probably know more than I do.
Okay, that's fine. So what are you trying to do then, Cantarius? Like in terms of like the skill you want to use, I guess. You just making another. You making demonology,
Yeah, I suppose it'd be demonology.
which you could do with intellectual discipline. Like that's one of the things you can do. So, so basically the idea is just like demonology to figure out once and for all how do we destroy them.
Mhm.
Okay, that sounds like an ob 10 test to me.
Okay, well
And it was all a waste of time.
let me think this
Like
through.
if you
then.
actually want, like if I'm going to give you the actual answer, like how do you and the ability to destroy them? Yeah, ob 10 for sure.
What are we looking at for Gorath's sheet? What could he make this roll?
Yes, he could.
What would like let's put our dice together. Let's consider our odds before I decide whether or not I should take a step back, because we've been coming at this for a long time now,
Mhm.
right? What I'm like communing with Gorath to be like he's on this mission to figure out how to kill them. So did he figure something out? Like where is he at with?
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's see. Trying to think of what skill I could roll right now as like his what he's been
To
up
see
to
what he's been doing.
roll. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking probably an intellectual discipline himself to do arcane knowledge, right? So I mean, I think I could.
You use the keys to destroy the keys.
Yeah.
I use arcane knowledge to just do research and just learn anything.
Yeah, it's like any academic skill, basically.
Yeah, and research is academic. So could you just learn anything with it?
No, I mean not anything, but
Because I mean, technically, if you can research something, eventually you could figure it out. And if you can just do it with magic, can you just technically figure anything
so as a
out?
reminder, their actual research skill is like to research things that you are like to collate data, right? That's what research. It's not just like like magically know anything. It's like I have all these books in front of me. Now I need to do research and make notes. Like that's what research is. It's
Oh,
like
so you'd have to assemble
going
all
through.
the
You have
information
to have
first.
sources of information to research
Okay.
with.
I
Yeah.
see.
If you fail,
but
make a faith roll. Could David make a faith roll or something? Like, hey,
Yeah, I mean,
tell me how
faith
to-
is always something that could be fail-safe. Yeah. So I think I don't think we should make a roll for what Gorath has been up to. I think what he's been up to is just making this roll possible, right? He is then he can make the intellectual discipline himself to do the demonology at ob 10. He has a bunch of forks as well, and then you can help him if you're fine with that. I mean, it seems like a thing that Cantarius should probably be doing like narrative wise.
I know.
But yeah.
I'm just afraid.
I know.
What okay. Has he figured anything out though?
I think he has. Like that's what's allowing him to like help you in this moment. Is he actually does have stuff to offer? Because you guys have done this before, right? That's the issue. You guys have done this before. Well, so he's been okay. So this is what he tells you. Okay, so you contact him. Let's actually just play out the short conversation for a second.
Because I'm like,
yep. I have an idea.
All right.
So what do you actually say? Right, the contact begins, and what's the first thing you say to him?
Gorath, I've captured one.
Goodness gracious. Ledueta, Cantarius is here. You can't hear what
are you doing?
You can't hear what Ledueta says, obviously, because it's like in his mind. But I think Gorath knows exactly what he's doing. He didn't have to think that, right? To you, but he does it intentionally to let you know that they were like making out or something, right? But then he says, yes, Cantarius, what can I do for you?
It's like the scene from Avatar: The Last Airbender where Sokka comes into the tent.
Yes.
Or Aang or Zuko comes into the tent, and Sokka's like, hello. Okay. Like I said, I've captured one.
Nothing like a gruff old man talking about demons to really kill the mood.
Gorath. Please.
Yeah. Cantarius, we did figure something out. I found something they're bound to. Been doing research on it. Testing. Science.
And
yeah. I'm pretty sure it's bound to Eurus.
Gross.
So that's the demon that was bound.
Wait, what do you mean? Who's bound to Eurus?
This amulet or this sun medallion I'm looking at right now.
Oh my gosh. He goes,
New Amhati is great. It's very beautiful this time of year. Didn't you know? I also may have started a new cult. Bunch of dragon bloods are worshiping me now. It's fine though.
Listen, you're saying that Eurus is still
around? Yeah. Given the power of this thing, I don't think he was down for long after your son died.
Gorath, I'm seeing him in my... I'm seeing him.
Seeing him how exactly?
Like I'm seeing him around.
Like you're going insane? Is that what you're telling me, Cantarius?
Kinda. I don't know.
Okay. Well, basically what I'm trying to say is I think I understand a bit more about how these connections work. So if you have a demon in front of you right now, I think we could put our heads together and figure this out. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
All right. Do you know what demon this is?
I do, don't I? Don't I know the name of this demon?
Nope. Not this one. You knew the name of Targoth, the Faustus' demon?
Oh, okay. No, not yet.
All right. Well, figure that out. Maybe it's one we've heard of before. That might help. Yeah, so I think he said figure that out. If it's one we've met before, that might help.
Oh, I see. I was yawning, so I couldn't hear over the yawn.
Yeah, so I think the idea here is like obviously your test with him is still to come. And all right, I guess you did a whole conflict. You have access to him. That's what you did. So he'll be on standby here. And his first thing is like you should figure that out first, and then that'll give us.
Okay, so figure out his name, and then we can. Okay.
It's classic demon stuff, right? Like bind. You can bind him with his name, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So I come out of it and I'm like, Gorath says we need to find out his name first.
What's your name?
Who?
Wait, who says what?
I said who? Dellon and I don't know who Gorath is.
That's true.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, right. I didn't know. Yeah.
He's
My crazy wizard friend in my mind.
like, how do I explain this and still sound like Cantarius? He's a wizard. Anyway, we gotta hurry.
Descriptive
Yeah,
as
wizard
usual.
Harry.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think you
Right.
guys turn to Armando, and Armando just like looks up into your eyes and seems a little sinister now. And I think let's hard cut from there for a moment. Let's jump over to Theo, get Theo a chance to do some things, and we can cut back to that
Okay.
scene. Just so Adam isn't sitting here the whole session, just waiting for his thing.
Yeah. I didn't realize he wasn't here.
No, yeah. So Theo is currently going to try to break into the Temple of Narani and steal back the orb. So that's
Nice.
something that you guys, they learned last time. Obviously, Cantarius and Alfons aren't aware of this, but Theo and Achia did some like looking into the order, like prophecy stuff. And they found out where all the rest of the artifacts are, right? So one is very far away and he doesn't know where exactly. You'll have to, that's one you'll have to figure out. That's like the last one to find, right? One is with Faustus. They thought one was underneath the Temple of the Great God, but it seems like it was taken by Faustus. And now he has it. And then the other one that he could sense was, besides the ones that you already have, right, is the orb that Narani took from Alfons in season 2. And apparently Narani is keeping it in her temple here in Lucerta. So Theo's going to go break in. This is the temple you worked at, Theo.
Oh yeah. Is it like heavily guarded? I mean, if we just go in.
Yes, it is, and that's probably. I mean, there are always guards, but like you can tell that like the guards have been increased. Narani knows that Narani has intentionally told her priests to make sure this is guarded safely.
So it's just me, Min, and Aisha.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Min's out of prison and working for HE again.
I could probably. Don't I have like a conspicuous roll, or dice or something?
I believe you have like stealthy or something, right?
I do have conspicuous. I could like I could cause a distraction.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you have conspicuous. Yeah, that's true. You could cause a distraction outside, and then HE or Min could do something.
I think he suggests that to Aisha and Min. What do they say?
I think Aisha says, "Do we know specifically where it?" Or actually, she would be the one to know specifically where it is.
There's like a statue of Narani, and Narani's like holding the orb. I feel like that
yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah,
it's like right in the middle of like a big room, so it's like
I think so. Yeah, that makes sense. I like that. So she reveals that she has revealed that to you guys already, and Achia is just like, I don't know if I have. I suppose I could pretend to be a priestess of Narani. I can't sneak, but I could deceive, I suppose. Is that what you want us to do?
How high is the statue, or how big is the statue? Is it off the ground?
I'd say it's pretty big. Yeah,
I'm up on top of it.
Yeah, that'd be the sort of thing you're looking at. Yeah.
I'll cause a distraction. If anything goes wrong, I'll take care of it.
Okay.
Maybe Min and me, we both do it, or should he go with Aisha?
Yeah, I don't think Aisha is going to be able to get in with Min, right? Like it wouldn't make sense for a random priestess of Narani to have a bodyguard. So I think Min, yeah, I mean, you could just like start fighting each other in the courtyard or something, right?
Oh yeah,
Distraction.
Have a pretend fight or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Min looks at you. Yeah. Do you have a particular idea what this distraction should be?
I want it to be like in El Dorado where they're fighting and then they both swing a punch at each other and turn and knock the guy out. Except that it'll be a guard instead. Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally what we're gonna do. We're just gonna like start fighting, and then we're gonna just start fighting everybody else because we know we're like Asia will make like a noise or something. I don't know, because I'm sure it won't last forever because someone's gonna be like, oh yeah, there's a lady climbing up on that
climbing on the statue of Nirani.
Yeah.
That's blasphemy.
Then you kick them in the face and they forget.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna
that makes sense.
Yeah,
that's so obviously the actual like fighting doesn't need a roll, but like conspicuous, I think is the thing you're rolling here, right? You just want to draw attention.
Yeah, I think he's like standing next to me outside, or kind of in the courtyard or something, and he's like, "Did you just steal that from me?" And he just doesn't really. Do you want me to roll first, or?
Yeah. Let's roll and then we can play it out.
Okay.
Trident in though, right? Because that's what you're using for the.
No, like just having a trident doesn't make it easier.
Well, I mean, like the skill. Well, the better you are with it, the more distracting it'll be.
I don't think that's the case, but I think I will give you advantage dice for your like reputation and the trident and stuff. Like someone might know, oh, this is the famous gladiator. What is he doing? And then you're good at drawing attention.
I'll try and like dramatically emphasize, like, how dare you speak to me, the gladiator of Lucerta?
Yeah. The man of 10,000 lives.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't know if Min has anything to give you.
Is persuasion, is that not? It's just because I don't know if these are.
I don't think you're persuading them right now. Yeah.
You have oratory.
It's still like I'm not necessarily speaking to people. I'm just.
I think oratory is fine. I think you can do oratory, like just because of like if you're speaking at all, you're using speaking techniques to make sure your voice is heard. Like that's part of oratory as well. Yeah.
Okay,
that makes sense. So Min is playing along with you, but he does not have any skills to help with. So he's just like awkwardly going through the motions of whatever you're trying to get him to do.
Did you say there was another advantage or no? Just one?
Yeah. One, your oratory fork, and then advantage for your reputation in the trident. Like the way you look is very dramatic and stuff. So right now we're at 2 total.
I won't use any Artha. Face off.
4.
You have any traits about like having a? Oh gosh,
no one's listening to me.
It's really bad.
Do you not have any traits for like being a performance, like an gladiator?
He has like a life is death and glory hound, but that's like actually about being a gladiator and not. Yeah.
Did I have any? I didn't have any 6s.
You had 1 6.
Where do you see that?
You go over the successes number.
Oh, okay.
Your only success is a 6.
How about this? We're like sitting there shouting, and no one's like listening to us. Everyone's just kind of like looking over, but like doing other things. Like, oh, forget this, and then we just like both of us just attack a guard.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, forget this.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. And it's probably like Min is like not knowing, he's awkwardly going through the motions with you, trying to be like, yes, this man stole my chicken.
He keeps looking over at Achia, like, she okay? Like just giving it away, obviously.
Yeah. And there's probably a moment where Achia would be discovered, right? Like, and it's about to happen, and that's when Theo's just like, "Oh, for crying out loud!" and just goes up and punches a guard straight across the face.
So I guess it'd be
right.
Yeah, so, I think so.
Can I use? Let's see. Can I use conspicuous to brawl or no?
No, I don't think so.
Arena wise, probably.
You're not in an arena.
I'm in the kind of the temple courtyard, aren't I?
Yes, you can use.
With a bunch of people watching.
That's true. Yeah, go ahead and take arena wise and temple wise. That's fine.
I know that temples always use particularly hard stone on this floor. Smash.
Yeah.
All right, so your ob is 5.
Oh man, I think
there's a lot of guards, I guess.
Yeah. There's plenty of guards. Again, I specify that they like doubled the guards.
Yeah.
So.
Even if we like lose the fight, I think we still probably accomplish, at least for a little while. Oh man.
Yeah, I suppose this is more of a question of how much it costs you.
Yes, I think that's the idea. Is that this is how much.
You get +2 from Min.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Min is helping.
I mean, are you guys?
I don't think you guys are sword fighting.
Yeah.
Right. Like you're just trying to like make a brawl happen.
Yeah.
But he does have a 5 in it, so he can give you 2 dice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So sorry, add that too.
Just roll 2 dice, or
yeah, I'd say so.
How do I do that again?
/R space 2d6 greater than 4.
Is it /R 2d6?
/R space 2d6 greater than 4. That'll give you the successes.
Is it greater than 4?
Yeah. Oof. 0 successes. Okay, yeah. So I think this is definitely Theo and Min get beat up. Right? You just get walloped because of there's just too many guards, right? Yeah, you can escalate certainly, but I think you both take a midi wound, a B7, I think. So whatever that is for you.
How to figure that out again?
It's in.
But I think it's PTGS and gear.
Yeah, so that's also a midi wound for you. So
top.
There you go. I just marked it. So you guys are like totally beat up. And then, yeah, you can escalate if you want to. You'll definitely have to do something because otherwise they're going to be like, why did you do that? And start interrogating you and then just find pretty quickly that HE is like climbing the statue, right? So.
I think he like shouts over at Min. He's like, Min! And he looks at Min's sword, like, grab your sword. Like, we got to escalate this.
Yeah.
Min's like, I don't want to go back to prison.
I know. I think Min says as much. He just says, I'm not going back to prison, Theo.
I think what he says, I think it was kind of funny. He says, he shouts out, he's like, how dare you touch me, Alfons, future king of Lucerta.
Oh no.
Alfons, future king of Lucerta.
Let's go.
That's amazing.
Because these are just like random guys, so they're not going to actually know who I am.
Yeah. You could get away with it.
Alfons. I think that was just like he like panicked and was like, I'm just going to say someone else's name so they don't link this back to us.
Oh, are you making a persuasion test then to just get them to like not attack you?
Oh no, I wasn't going to try to persuade them. I think I was just trying to like, because I know Min was, I think he's in hot water, and I think if our names are too. Oh,
I see. You're just like, yeah, giving different names as to who you guys are. Yeah, that makes sense.
Or like he just keeps changing the name.
Yeah.
Like confuse him. Like, wait, who are you?
I am Dellon, Holy Warrior of Ceran.
Oh, that'd be bad.
It's actually a good call because that makes your claim to be Theo the gladiator feel less believable because you're just I'm all these famous people, and then they'll assume that he was also a lie that you're Theo the gladiator.
Yeah.
Changing the name.
Okay, yes. I think that sounds like a roll too, right? To like just have plausible deniability if things go wrong here. Let's have you make a. What would be the roll here? But maybe an oratory test. No, this would be a falsehood. That's what it is.
Would it be a falsehood?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't even have falsehood, do I?
You do not.
Performance a skill? I feel like it could also be like a performance.
That would be like acting, which is not a skill he has either.
I don't think he needs to succeed. I think he's just getting
that. It's something that he would try at least
for a second, so that he can like pull out his sword. Because they're like,
yeah, I mean, it makes sense that you would make the roll no matter what, just to see if it works. But so I'd add false into being learned based on will.
I am learning acting.
Yeah, you could do that too if you like. That would actually probably be easier. You have 5 in perception, and it's not going to be against their will, right?
Why would perception be? You mean persuasion?
No. It's you have a 5 in perception, so that's the dice you'd be rolling here. But also instead of if it was based on will, you're not rolling against their will as the ob. The ob would probably be like 3, I think, for just like doing an acting job.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's do that.
I roll acting, right?
Yeah, so you're clicking on that and make the op 3. And actually, technically, Min can help you with this because you're just like the actual thing that's happening is you're using a stat, and he can help you with his perception, even though neither of you have the skill. So you can't add 1 help dice.
Okay. Can I use oratory or no?
No, you cannot. No,
So just 1
because you don't have the skill. Yeah, I'd say it's 1 and then op 3.
He could link test it.
Yeah, you could do a link test, but I'm not sure what else you would do. Like, you've already failed the conspicuous test. I'm not sure there's a whole lot of options for you for link tests at this point. And oh, nice. That was pretty good, even with your 2 wounds I had forgotten about. You literally got all successes. Do you want to spend 2 fate and reroll 2 dice against 2 ob?
Yeah.
Or no, you can't. There's no failed dice. You can only do the 1/6. That's it.
Also wouldn't matter. Or
you can still try it. I mean, if you have plenty, you have plenty of fate. I would just go for it, just in case.
2 ob.
Yeah, 2 ob, 1 remaining die, or 1 die that you have. Yeah.
Nope.
So close, but so far away. You can mark that difficult on your perception though.
Okay.
Which you needed. So good job.
That was 2 fate.
Okay. Yeah. So you tried. It's just 1 fate.
Oh, sorry.
You tried. It doesn't work. It's not like they know for sure who you are, but at least they see through your acting that you're doing here. And then are you just going to escalate and attack them with your trident? Is that the idea?
Yeah, just kind of quickly.
Okay, just kill them now. All right, sounds good.
Where's my trident? Oh, it's on it. All right, so
It's been an avalanche of failure.
Do I get an advantage with Min or no?
Yeah, Min will give you 2 dice for his sword. And these guards are going to have
intimidation.
Yeah, you can fork an intimidation. That's fine. These guards are going to have more dice now because they're better at like their spear than they are at like their brawling. So 7 successes is your ob. And now you have a wound, so good luck.
Oh, so is there anything else I can do? Maybe
you can spend persona. You can do
anything else I can fork or
yeah. What are you forking so far?
And you get 2 from Min as well again.
I got 2 for Min and then 1 for determination. Can I use Arena Wise now, or is that not
determination? What do you mean by
3? That? Can I not use Arena Wise to use it for brawling or no?
What you said something about determination giving you a die? What do you mean?
Doesn't it say something about you? Well, maybe you don't get a.
Oh, is there a trait that you have?
There's a trait, yeah.
Oh, we gave you driven. You can use it as a call on for trident. So if you do fail this roll, you have a fail save.
Oh, so that doesn't count as a 4. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we have 2 for Min. You can fork in brawling, arena wise, temple wise, tactics, intimidation, and that's probably it.
So that's 7.
So 5. 5. Yeah, I already counted those. So 5 altogether.
Oh,
And then 2 from Min.
Yeah, I already counted those. I started with those.
Are you sure you said 5?
You said 5 of them, and then plus 2 for Min.
So I tried to count this 2 for Min. Oh, you can probably get noble wise too. These are probably nobles. So 3. Arena wise, temple wise, tactics, and intimidation.
Yeah, that's 7.
Yeah, that is 7. Wait, wasn't there one? Isn't there something I'm missing then? Because I just added noble wise, so it should be 8, right?
Tactics, arena wise.
Yeah, it was 8.
Oh, brawling. I forgot brawling.
Oh,
so yeah, 8.
Okay, so 8.
8 altogether. Against op 7. Good luck.
And you can do persona.
Yeah, you can do persona if you'd like. You have 3.
Yeah, but I'm saving it for Will.
That's true. That's true.
Ooh. Oh, wait. No. I don't want to center. I don't want to risk it.
No, yeah, you don't have any time to meditation. I mean, you could attempt an incredibly difficult link test with meditation to center yourself in like the span of 3 seconds, but yeah.
If you fail, that'll just make the roll harder, right?
Yes.
Right.
But yeah, you have determination to fall back on, so
You got 2 6s.
Yeah, 2 6s. So if you want to spend 2 fate, you can reroll 3 dice to start off with. It's a pretty good chance.
Remaining in 2 3 dice.
Yep.
Do you have a call on?
He does have a call on too. So
That if I fail this.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Nice.
Didn't even need
There you
to
go.
use it. Yeah. So are you like literally killing them or?
I think
Just like-
they probably have armor or something, right? They're probably
Yeah.
I think we just kind of incapacitate them. I don't think we're going to be like stabbing them, but
Yeah. You're not going to finish them off or anything, but you stab them in the gut and they go down and you leave them. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the courtyard is littered with bodies. There's only a matter of time before the guard is going to be called from like the rest of the city. And
somebody's blowing like a whistle or something, you know.
yeah, there's like an alarm going off. Yeah, someone's shouting an alarm. And I think Hia would have to like do a falsehood roll here if you hadn't escalated so hard. But I think at this point she just rushes forward and just starts climbing the statue like a maniac, right? Like because you've already killed people. Like it doesn't matter at this point.
Climbing a roll? Does she have to roll for climbing or no?
I think so. It is a huge statue. Like if this is an actual thing. So she'll roll, but like if she fails, you can make the roll. So okay, I'm gonna add this. Climbing is based on speed. I think it's gonna be an ob2. So here we go.
How big is this?
no.
All right, she'll spend a fate at least. She can spend 2 fate to reroll 2 dice, but no cigar. Yeah, so she just doesn't like. She's like she looks at you, Theo, and just says, "I can't get up there. It's too big. You're gonna. Aren't you good at this?"
I am bad. This is kind of like a flashback, you know, because Narani climbing.
Yeah, with the wall.
Yup. If you fail this, maybe she'll. If you touch her statue, maybe she'll strike you with lightning.
Do I have time to make a faith roll?
Sure. You have a little bit of time at least. Now that you've killed guards and all the priests are scattering.
Oh shoot! I just thought about. Can I? I guess it doesn't really matter. Oh, I do have a climb. I have a being learned climbing, right?
Yeah. That one bubble, the one time you used it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't used it since. So it was one thing.
So it's one that you could make a faith roll to just like have it delivered to you, right? Like just have it conveniently, like the statue, the arm of the statue breaks off and you can catch the orb. Or yeah, you can like climb or try to break the statue yourself.
What break? That would be a power, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh man.
And you can try multiple things, right? Even if one fails.
I could try climb it first, and
yeah,
sure. That's a well, I guess it's a climbing roll.
Yep, climbing up to.
Could I use? Oh, dang it! That's a try. Never mind. I can't get any advantages, right?
I don't think anyone can help you with this necessarily. Well, actually, no. Min could like put you on his shoulders. There's no reason you couldn't tag team that a little bit. Sure, you can get 1 from Min.
Yeah,
helping with his speed or his power or whatever.
Up to.
Unfortunately, you have wound dice, so this is going to be difficult.
What's the additional ob?
Nothing. All right. You could again spend a fate, 1 fate to reroll that 1 failed dice, if you'd like.
Wait, what's the remaining ob? 2 still?
2, yeah.
Theoretically, if you got a 6, you could reroll that 6.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a long shot.
It's happened before.
1 dice.
Mm-hmm. So close, and yet so far away.
All right,
yeah. So, what do you say?
Okay. I guess we can try to break the statue.
Yeah, just topple it over.
I'm gonna quick make a faith roll.
Okay.
He's like,
yeah.
He's like,
I'm thinking you have time for 2 more actions, like 2 more rolls before more guards showed up. Yeah.
I think he's gonna be like, he says something like, "If you're out there, this would be a real good time to help me out."
Yeah. So, what are you rolling for faith wise exactly? Just like to give you help dice on the thing you're gonna do, or just to like have him give you the orb, right? Like have the statue break its on its own accord through the power of faith.
He's probably what was the first one you said?
Just giving like advantage dice or something to whatever you're gonna do next. Could be a thing. Otherwise, I'm thinking minor miracle to just have it like the statue of the arm.
That'd be challenging.
Arm of the statue. Break off.
What's your power, Theo?
4.
Maybe just pushing the tower or pushing it over.
I think I'm looking for an advantage dice probably. So difficult. Okay. That's right.
Yeah. I'm thinking 4 then for the aid, and then if you get any higher than that, then you can give yourself extra dice to your power test beyond the 1.
Hey, can I help get any advantages? I don't think so.
Oh no, I was gonna say Ichia could help you, but you don't have the same god. Ichia can make her own roll though to give you some dice.
Well, it'd be towards the power that I'm gonna roll next, probably. So
exactly, yeah. I think while you're doing this, Ichia can just help you with her own roll, and even if you fail, she could succeed on hers. Whoa, okay, yeah. You got 3 dice from her on your next thing.
Maybe I should use a persona for this. It probably wouldn't be a bad idea. I really want to succeed.
She got 3 help dice. Dang, you might want to switch to her god.
A risk for the biscuit. All right, come on. Base what do you say? 3, 4? Just for strength, basically.
Sorry, what was that?
What's the base up for the faith? Just to advantage
4. If you get 4, then you get 1 die. If you get any higher than 4, you can get maybe more.
Way to go! I rolled it. Did I?
Sometimes it just disappears and doesn't roll.
Man, I had a good feeling about that one. What did I say? I said no advantage dice, right?
Yeah, none for this one. Yeah.
The odds. Oh my goodness!
Hey, nice. You can mark that difficult test, and you get an extra die. So 4 dice altogether to your power, which you're gonna need it.
I level up in faith, though, right? Because I just need 1.
Did you? Yeah, if you don't only need 1 difficult. Yeah, nice. You've had 5 faith, I think, the entire game.
I think so. Yeah.
You just never succeeded faith rolls.
Okay, so I get what, 4? You said?
Yeah, 4 altogether to your power. Yep. Okay, so what are you actually trying to do intent wise? Topple the statue, break the arm of the statue. What are you thinking?
How secure is it in it?
It's pretty secure.
I think. Could I get how about like knock over the statue?
Knock over the statue. I'm thinking of 4 for that then.
You think could I get help from them pushing it over?
Yes, Min. I don't think Ichia as like a nun is going to be of much help pushing the statue over, but Min I think for sure can help.
How much?
Let me check. It would depend on what his power is. Ichia has done all she can do by praying.
Over 9,000.
Where is Min? There. He has.
Women can't be strong, Caleb. Wow.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. He has a 4 in power, so he'd just give you 1 die.
So that'd be 5 then? 5 total?
Yeah, I think 5 altogether. Yep.
Base 4, you said?
4, yep.
As a lever, can he get a +1?
Doesn't need it. Wow, that's a good roll.
Oh yeah, you got 3 6s. Nice.
Why did you have 5, Artha?
Oh, did I? Dang it! Did I put it in the wrong one?
Yeah, you gave you're gonna have to roll this whole thing again. You gave yourself 4 advantage dice and 5 Artha.
Whoops, my bad.
Yeah, just go ahead and roll it again.
Let's just pretend. Probably not a good roll compared to what I put into it. So 5 advantage dice. Oh yeah, I think I meant to put it in the base ob.
4, yeah.
Wait, what the heck? They do it again?
No.
Oh,
you
yes.
got it.
It's the exact same roll, yeah.
But you have 2 wounds, so you actually lost 2 dice, but you still got it.
Yeah. Very nice. It literally just like I blinked and I didn't see that a new one had appeared.
I was like, it looks like the same roll.
Yep. Very good. Yeah. So Theo, I mean, this is a pretty apt thing for Theo to do and topple a statue of Nerani. Seems thematically appropriate.
That's difficult, right? Difficult power.
No, it was routine.
Because
Yep.
you had so many help dice.
You had so many help dice, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that would only count towards like a imaginary skill that doesn't exist, like toppling over statues or pushing or whatever, right? If anything.
What about the? I forgot to do the acting. I don't know what that was. Well, that's being learned. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, Theo and Min topple over the statue of Narani, and it crumbles to the ground. Like the arm snaps off, and the orb starts rolling. I assume you go and snatch it up.
Yeah, and like just bolt out of there.
Yeah. I think you will have to make some sort of tests now to fight your way out, because you're now like the guards are on your way. Like, I think maybe at the very least, what did we say? You have, you used both of your rolls that you had remaining. If you would like to maybe like duck out a side entrance or something, you could try to like just make a speed test to like run, or you could fight your way out. Up to you.
Oof. Wait, so you said we're blocked then?
I don't think you're blocked. There could be other exits. I don't think it's necessarily a given that there aren't. Up to you, just what you would try to do: run or fight.
I think run to start.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Let's see. So this is going to have to be the slowest person making the roll, whoever that is, because that's really the only thing that matters. Atia has a 4 in speed. Min has a 4 in speed. What is your speed, Theo?
4.
Okay, so we'll just have you make the roll then. Everybody has the same, so you can't get any help from this because it doesn't help that other people are running with you necessarily.
Yeah.
It's just how quick can you all go?
Face up.
It'll be whatever theirs is. They're not getting help for this either. Like more of them doesn't necessarily. I'll give them 1 advantage die for like having a big crowd of people, but it's because they could trap you necessarily, possibly. But your ob will be 2.
Sweet. Probably still fail it. Wow.
Yeah, you had -2 dice. You could spend 1 fate to reroll 1 failed dice.
Might as well.
Yeah, the issue is you just got real beat up in that first conflict, so all of this is much harder. Theo's panting and gasping, holding his chest.
Remaining up to 1 dice.
Yep. Nope. All right, it's time to fight, Theo.
Time to fight. Hold on, I want to make sure I didn't forget anything. I did acting, right?
No, you don't actually mark a bubble on that one because it was a difficult perception instead. You only mark a bubble if it's a routine.
Okay, so I marked difficult perception then.
Yeah.
What about the climbing roll? I tried that.
Yeah, what was that? It was a routine, so you can mark a bubble on that one, yeah.
Agility, difficulty? Or difficult?
No, it's a routine on climbing in the Being Learned.
Oh.
I think it's got a difficult speed test, though.
It did Trident, which was a difficult test?
Trident was a routine, so you didn't need any tests there.
Brawling? That was...
Difficult.
I didn't need that. Oratory? Oh, wait, was it oratory or what did I...
Conspicuous at the beginning of routine.
That was routine? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it, though. Right there. Did I do anything else? I already did perception.
I don't think so. Yeah, I think we already covered it.
So fighting roll, Trident.
Yep. Oh no, they got such a high roll. Ob 9.
Oh man. Can I use the same forks I did before?
Same forks? I think so, yeah.
That was the way.
What's her face gonna roll a faith again?
Oh, sure. Yeah. That makes sense. She's praying out loud, very loudly, as you guys start trying to run, and then as soon as you get cornered, she finishes her prayer. But yeah, you can probably just have the same advantages otherwise.
Theo could pray too, right?
I don't think so. He was actively trying to like lead everybody away. I don't think I'll make a roll here.
I thought praying was just talking.
It is just talking, but I don't know. What would you try to do, Theo, if you were to do a faith?
Please heal.
Like, I think I would allow you to do something minor, like open-ending your dice automatically or something.
Yeah, I think you would just say like, this is going to be a pretty short journey if we don't get out of here, if we don't get out of the situation. So one.
H is going to reroll a failure. Okay, so you get 2 dice total from her. And then you can make a faith roll ob 2 to attempt to open end your dice as well.
Be sure you keep at least one persona in case you're about to die.
I don't think we'll die. We'll probably just get arrested.
Yeah, you'll probably get captured.
Based on 2?
Yeah.
Unless Narani tells him to kill you.
That's true. That's actually true.
Is that a routine then?
It is routine for faith, which you do not need. So.
Dang it.
Yep. Okay, so you can go ahead and mark the little star next to Trident before you make this roll. That'll automatically reroll your 6s. And then you can add up your
10 or 11 because of that faith.
Yep.
There's 8 before, and we just using the same.
10 altogether. She gave you 2 dice.
Yeah, so we had 8 plus the 2 plus mine, right?
You didn't give yourself a die. You open-ended.
Oh, sorry, that's right.
Yeah.
And you're forking in all the same stuff from last time, including Min's too.
Yeah, so it's 10 altogether.
Okay.
Whoa! You got some 6s there. That was great.
Finally.
Nice,
So yeah,
nice.
Theo, you fight them off. Do you want to
No.
describe that for us and what happens?
Yeah, sure. What is it? Oh, do I? Was that a challenging or a difficult or routine?
It was a routine, unfortunately. You just had a lot of dice.
Dang it. Wait, so how do you determine whether or not it's routine or?
So there is a chart on the character sheet that'll determine this. Test difficulty right above your skills here. So like, for example, having 9 dice against ob 10 or higher is challenging. Ob 7 or 9 is difficult. Ob 1 is 1 to 6 is. So the issue is once you get into like 8, you had like 18 dice altogether against ob 9. Like it's double the obstacle. It's gonna be routine. So
okay. Yeah, I think he just kind of looks at Ishan and he's like, I'm trying to think of what he would say. Like, maybe I know what he says. He says for the glory, and then just like starts charging on me. And like you just take like they're probably like back to back, probably surrounded by him or something.
Yeah, you and Min, yeah.
For the glory, and then he just kind of starts, I guess, sort of like he probably is using a little bit of brawling in there since we already kind of know. He's not just sword fighting, he's probably punching people and knocking them down and probably like taking his trident and like pushing down several people because they're probably really really close quarters on us trying to
they're like surrounding you, and honestly like it looks like a suicide mission, and so Min like is just like wide-eyed like, what are you doing, you maniac? And then you start winning and he just like rolls his eyes and just charges and fights with you, right? Yeah, and so you guys manage to like fight them off, kill or incapacitate any of them that are surrounding you, and then you can run off to do whatever you want to do. Where do you go from here?
We just run to Dellon or something.
Run to Dellon's house.
Dellon, we need your help.
Are you gonna make like an inconspicuous roll to not be seen going to Dellon's house?
Oh, yeah.
After being covered in blood by all the guards,
we just fought them all off. So
yeah, but like you're still like running through several districts where people could notice. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of whether or not it would work. I mean, I have a 2 inconspicuous, so
you do indeed.
You essentially have a 0 because you have 1 dice.
Yeah. So
I mean, we might as well roll it no matter what. Like it's not
test.
like you wouldn't not try to be inconspicuous. So, your ob is 4. Well, I guess 2, because wait, why was that 7 dice? That was a city guard I was rolling for. What? Oh, the sheet was just slightly janky and okay, let's try that again. Your ob is 2. 1, I guess, if you have the skill. Yeah. So just ob 1 inconspicuous test. Oh, right. Unless you have anything to fork, you literally can't use the skill because you're so wounded.
Does Min have
Oh,
Yeah, I'll check with them. Yeah, you go ahead and look and see if you have any forks. And I'll check and see what they got. Min has soldier wise, so he could use that to like dodge soldier like patrols and stuff.
Is
So he can help you with
Theo
that.
able to roll
You
a
not
health
use
test
being
to
learned?
temporarily shrug off his wounds?
Oh yes. I totally forgot to say that. So Theo, you can make a health test if you would like to like, grit your teeth and shrug off the wound dice penalties.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get any help from that, right?
No. Yeah, it's just like your own health. Let me double check what the ob on that is.
Don't worry, you got Rules Andy here to save the day.
Yeah. I always forget that.
Does he have any traits for pain or anything like that?
They're more like steel and hesitation.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can roll an ob 4 health test to try to shrug off 1 die of that penalty. Not both of the dice, but you can get rid of 1 for the scene. For this next thing you're trying to do.
2 6s.
You got 2 6s.
I just roll fate for that if I want to do it right.
Yep, you can do 1 fate to do the 2 6s, or 2 fate to do that 3 as well.
At least you get a difficult health test.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do the 2 fate, might as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so 3 dice total against ob 1.
3 dice total?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go. So you can basically just add another advantage die when you make the roll to like negate the wound penalty.
You get to roll your 1 die against.
Exactly. So Min is helping you with soldier wise. Achia can help you with falsehood if you do happen to like have a brief conversation with someone as you're running past. This is like a longer montage probably.
Wait, does he have inconspicuous?
I do.
Neither of the Theo does. Yeah.
Oh, you do. Okay. All right.
He has a 2 in it, but yeah.
Okay.
How do I add that health? I just add an advantage, or
I would just add an advantage to counter it basically. Yeah. So you should have I think 3 help altogether, right? For Min, Achia, and you're shrugging off.
yeah, it was 2.
Yes. No, ob's 1.
Oh, sorry.
You got it.
Well,
So
yeah,
ob 1.
Yeah.
You might be incapacitated, it says.
Yeah. I think typically there's like a rule that like if you have if your base exponent for something is enough that your wound dice completely negates it.
Yeah, if
then
had a
you
2
can't
in
use
any
it.
of his stats.
Yeah, then you'd be unconscious. But I think because he managed to shrug off 1 wound die penalty,
Yeah.
he technically still can use the skill.
I just thought it was funny that
Yeah.
it said that.
Cool. Yeah. So Theo manages to shake off any patrols and doesn't be seen. He's not seen going into Dellon's house. Though you do get blood over everything. So
Sorry.
Mario will probably be mad at you.
So is this orb the orb I gave to Nurani?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Good job.
Yeah. So we cut back over to back in time to what Cantarius and them were doing, and Theo and them will probably show up at the end of this whole exchange or at a suitably dramatic moment, right?
Yeah. Right.
So Cantarius, you're gonna ask him his name, or no, Dellon. That was the last thing that happened. Is Dellon just said what's your name?
Yeah. I guess I take the gag out of his mouth first and then I ask.
Yeah. And so Armando looks up, sinister with a sinister. Say again.
Is that difficult, inconspicuous, or
that was a routine?
Oh, okay.
Which you still need. So
yeah.
Okay, so Armando looks up with a sinister glare. Obviously there's something else behind his eyes, right? And he says, "My name is Bishop Armando Call. You will be tried for this, Dellon. You killed a bishop before and you got away with it, but you will not get away with it again."
I don't intend to kill you. Well, at least not the body you're in.
"And how do you suppose you stop me from killing him?"
I don't know if I can, but I have enough witnesses here that I could just accuse the actual murderer.
I don't think Sergio would believe any of these witnesses, but that's up to you, I suppose.
Well, I suppose that's his problem. Your problem is whether or not you survive. So why don't you tell us your name?
Sounds like a test.
Yeah, I can't wait to fail this. All right, here we go. It's
Anyone helping?
Suasion for the sake of his soul.
I mean, it could be, yeah, because you're talking to Armando, maybe, right?
Except the reason I want his, well, I mean, I guess that's true. But I don't expect Armando to have any ability to like know or tell me. But I guess maybe he could.
Yeah, I think there's a possibility. I mean, it's probably going to be more difficult because the demon is overriding his will, sort of a thing. I'm thinking maybe an ob 6 total.
Okay.
For
And what would the odd be if I was just intimidating the demon? Probably a lot higher. Right?
Yeah, I mean, probably around the same, maybe, right? I don't know if there's going to be much difference there.
All right.
Persuasion seems to like be a good thing to try first.
Can I put intimidation as a fork for persuasion?
I think so, yeah.
Cool. How about ugly truth?
Yeah.
Cool. How about, I guess not really command. He's not really under me.
No, he's above you, in fact. One of the very few people who is.
Yeah. Persuasion?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. It's probably it, though.
Single combat wise.
No.
All right.
But he's in a single combat battle of wits.
Nope. So yeah, ob 6, unless Cantarius or Alfons wanted to help you.
Oh yeah.
I'll cast magic on him.
Yuma can help you with intimidation. So you can.
Oh yeah, I can just help with intimidation too. Yeah, I didn't think about that. I was
I'll
thinking,
give him plus
well,
3.
no, heck, I might want to just use intimidation though.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
it sounds like Dellon is taking the charge of the scene first. If he fails, then
Yeah, but if I fork in
right,
intimidation,
yeah,
then I
don't help
can't
with
use
intimidation.
it.
Then, yeah.
Yeah.
But also, I mean,
So-
if I fail, then we should probably just use Alphonse's 2000 grey dice and just, I don't know why I even said anything. He should have just done this.
No.
I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting if Dellon tries to literally like speak to Armando about like there's still hope for you.
Yeah.
Like you got to tell us his name, like, or else like you're going to hell, dude.
Yeah.
I could just fork an ugly or help. What?
You
Help
gain
with ugly
3
truth.
dice.
Help with ugly truth. Yeah.
Okay.
Some
So
essential discipline stuff. Okay, nice. Yeah.
I get 3
Whoa.
helping dice. I had 3 forks, 3 helps, and then
Two from Yuma for intimidation.
2 for you. Oh, okay, hold on.
Yep, she's a
So
6 in it.
I got 3
Holy
forks.
cow.
I'm getting 2 help from Yuma, 2 help from Connor, right? From Cantarius, right?
No, just one from ugly
Or
truth.
just one ugly truth. Yeah.
Because I'm
He's-
not
he's
Because
the
you
one
don't
that-
want to use intimidation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then 3 from Jared. Is that what you said?
Mhm, yeah. He with magic juice.
All right. So I get 9. Sick.
Ob 6.
Ob 6.
Mhm.
Gonna fail this. Oh, I
Nice. Very good.
didn't. All right,
Yeah,
cool,
so-
thanks.
You break through to
Nice.
Armando. Let me look at his beliefs and stuff.
I always get nervous when I have way too many dice.
Okay. Oh
so
yeah.
I'm
Hold
like-
up. What happens if Armando like you break through to Armando and he goes, "My name is Armando."
Then he goes to hell.
Yeah.
I am a demon.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, there you go. It'll be one of those jokes where people's names are like who and where and why, and the joke goes on for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think what happens here more than anything is his mind breaks.
Oh, good.
The guilt
Yeah.
of what's been happening to him, because his beliefs are only about like keeping the demon secret, not letting
Oh,
anyone
so he's
know,
been, like,
doing what the
playing
demon wants
into
to. And
Yeah.
and so you manage to break through that. Like he is a bishop, he still has been part of this religion his entire life.
Right.
But instead of like having real conviction, it's just like the guilt just finally destroys whatever last bits of sanity he has. So it is a success because he's just going to start off spouting random things, including the name of the demon.
Yeah.
But you've broken Armando.
Oh, good.
Right? He just starts sputtering. He told me to do it. I said no. He made me do it. He made me.
Who's he? What's his name?
And he has a moment of like confusion on his face. Who are you looking for? I don't. Everything's so fractured in my mind. It's as if he doesn't even understand the question you were asking before.
Right.
Again, so you have to like reiterate it for him, I think.
Yeah. There's a voice in your head that isn't yours.
I'm Fred. I'm Puppy.
What just happened?
I don't know.
Oh,
Connor, are you having a stroke? Are you okay?
I'm playing with us. I'm trying to entertain him with this.
Okay.
Oh.
I figured
I
that's
didn't
what was
realize I
happening.
wasn't muted.
But yeah.
That's hilarious
That's
though,
so
because you were
funny.
like, you were answering the question, right? I'm Fred.
I was like, what? And then I thought maybe, like, you repeated it so perfectly that I thought maybe it was like canned audio. I was really confused. But,
Oh, man.
Fred is the demon all along.
yeah.
Uh-huh. It's Fred.
It's great. Okay. Yeah. So I say, there's a voice in your mind that isn't yours. What is its name?
Eurus.
Your what?
No, your name. Okay. Yeah, great. Yeah, so I guess I just look at Cantarius like, yeah, we've heard that before. That's not great.
Yep.
So
The
it's
demon in
Eurus
Armando
inside
right
this
now
one.
is the demon who is inside your son. Yep.
Well, that's good. Okay.
And then you see Eurus, the ghost that's been haunting you, Cantarius, in like your peripheral vision. And he just says, I have to hand it to you, Cantarius. I wasn't expecting such a quick revelation of my presence here. I thought I'd be able to do a little bit more behind the scenes before it all came out.
Yeah, neither did the GM. But look where we're at.
I want to point out that to determine that he was a demon and prove it in front of everybody else, we picked him up, went over to the Holy of Holies, which is consecrated, and threw him at it, and he bounced off the invisible barrier because he's evil and can't go in there. And that's how we proved he was a demon. We literally just ragdolled him into a holy wall, and he bounced off.
It was pretty great.
So, yeah, we were like, yeah, we don't have time for this. Just a space plant. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so you
So
say
yeah.
Cantarius?
I think that's what he says.
What?
Oh, you can't. Oh, wow. This microphone is fantastic. Okay. Ezra was just like reeing in the background, and I was like, "That's what he says."
Oh.
So, goodness gracious.
That's the Cantarius. Always hesitating. Yep. Always dealing with inner turmoil.
I never wrote up my speech. Okay. All right. We're good. Yeah, I think he just says perfect, and then jumps back into his mindscape with Gorath.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. So Gorath says, so what's his name?
Eurus.
You're what?
yeah.
Every
That's,
time.
the Gorath probably does say that, yeah. You're what? And then he says, wow, oh, right, yeah. Yeah, that makes this way easier. That's really convenient. I mean, we know quite a bit about him, right? I mean, this medallion I'm looking at right now is bound to him. Cantarius, if we destroy both of these things at the same time...
Really? That's what'll kill him?
I think that just means it'll take him longer to reform because he's not.
Yeah, exactly. If you can, do the same thing you're going to do with Eurus or with Armando to this medallion, that might be the key, part of the key is like instantaneous bond destruction that maybe will open up something more. But yeah, I think we should roll the demonology roll now, right, to figure out all those details.
Figure out if he can do that.
Yeah.
Well,
if you have what you need to destroy the demons. permanently.
I also want to. Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I and that's still. We're just gonna do a demonology 10. That's what we're doing for that.
Yep.
Okay. And what can Gorath do here? Should I help him or should he
I
help
think
me?
you should make the roll. One, because now that we know it's Eurus, like this, you have literally pieces of Eurus in your soul now too. I'm going to literally give you an advantage die just for it being him that you're doing this against.
Just to make up for the loss of dice that I'm gonna not have for not having Gorath do it.
Yeah, Gorath can help though. He can give you 2 dice for his own intellectual discipline.
Yep.
Okay, so that's 2 helping dice there. That's an advantage dice there. So we're up to 8.
I'm gonna.
Can I fork in physical and sensory?
Oh yeah, Alfons can give you some juice with his magic.
Can I fork in physical and sensory?
I think so. Yeah, you're having to look at all the bonds with your senses to like garner this information too. So
okay,
you get +3 from me.
Addition of 3 dice.
So that's we're at 10. Plus...
Dellon, do you want to do some faith? Oh yeah, there you go. You failed though.
I failed.
Do some fate though.
Yeah, I don't. I guess
it's a 1 in 12 chance.
Coin flips there. Yeah, nah.
Oh, actually, hold up a second.
Yeah, not just 2 coin flips. You would need to get a 6 and then a coin flip.
Well, I could spend 2 fate. And then
well, it's already open ended automatically. Remember?
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thought here.
Mm-hmm.
What does it take to gray shade for a scene? Arstea or whatever? Is it 10, 3, and 1?
No, it is 5, 3, and 1.
Really? So if I
just gonna spend your
point
deeds
here,
yeah.
I could make it gray.
Demonology.
Yeah, cool. For the scene, yeah.
It'd be a cool moment, but
do you have to spend that so, like you don't have it anymore, or do you?
Yeah, you spend it.
Yeah,
it means you have to have invested that aura in the skill. Yeah.
So the idea is that once all of it is spent in the certain amounts, that's when the gray shade activates. But typically, because you're spending a deeds point, you're also like doubling all your dice, right? And then it's gray shaded because it's all happening in the same.
Yeah, so he wouldn't just gray shade. He'd spend a deed, get whatever that does, and then it would be gray shaded too. Yeah, because he'd Aristea.
Well, like when it says all, the persona, the deeds, and the fate, is it removed from your?
It is not removed. No. It always accumulates. Yeah.
Okay, so that'd be like a quicker way to permanently gray shade it. Would be
exactly. That's why. Yeah, that's why it's quicker.
It's basically just like a bonus you get on the path.
It's a marker it's a marker of threshold. It's like what is the threshold at right now? Yeah. What was that for, Alfons?
I was gonna buff him with future sight.
All right. Well, you failed to do so.
Yeah.
In which case,
Alfons, I didn't ask for this.
You know what happens?
Alfons, I didn't ask for this.
Theo is currently toppling a statue of Narani right now, and Alfons gets his magic from Narani. I think Narani backlashes against you right here, Alfons, and is like I'm mad at you all right now because like this is happening. And so she's gonna give Cantarius like an increased ob instead.
Well, okay, you get +2 from me instead of +3.
I'm losing track of numbers already.
No, yes. So he still gives you the dice, but you also get +3 ob.
Wait,
for margin of failure.
+3 ob?
Yeah, I think so. Narani is incredibly mad.
I blame Theo for this.
This is 100%. You did not consult the team before telling us the odds of your continuous discipline roll.
The odds are pretty good.
No, the odds were even 50-50.
Yeah. Oh wait. You know what? I can re-roll one.
Yes. Yeah.
You should do that.
I'm not going to. Well, I mean,
there's almost no reason not to. Yeah. You have so many fate.
It's 6 into 4, open-ended, and a re-roll. That is
I thought you meant like a re-roll. Like no, it's going to be okay.
It's going to be margin of failure, Alfons. So it is good to spend your fate here because if you get even one more success, that lowers the op for Cantarius.
No.
Nope. Still +3.
All right.
Yeah.
How about I counteract it with special discipline?
I hate.
Well, to
Uh,
be fair, if you spend a deeds on this, isn't there an option where you can just make all your failed dice successes with deeds?
Yeah, I would spend the deeds.
So-
Yeah, so the issue with that is that it won't be gray shaded then because you'll have to spend
Yeah,
it
but-
after the fact.
I mean, Gray Shade wouldn't help because Gray Shade just makes it more likely to succeed, and if they all succeed,
Oh, that's
then
true. That's true. Yeah,
doesn't
you're
Yeah,
right.
if they all
matter.
succeed, it doesn't matter.
It makes more
Yeah.
sense to do it after the fact. Yeah.
Which almost
Yeah.
begs the question: Why would you ever
Ever
not
do
do that?
Yeah. I don't know.
Seems weird. Unless there's an option that could give you more dice, which could theoretically end up being like better.
Well, I mean, yeah, that is actually what happened because when you spend your deeds, you're doubling the exponent
Okay.
on like beforehand. So yeah, it is different.
So I guess there are circumstances where that would be better.
Yeah, if it was just a difference between gray shading and all your successes or failures become successes, that's not a
would
good
make
choice.
sense.
But
if it's Gray Shade and you have double your exponent and your exponent's good, then
exactly. Yeah.
that would be worth it. So I guess that is a thing to consider here because you have a pretty good exponent in demonology, right?
In intellectual, which is what he's using to imitate it, he has a 5.
So you could either roll with 10 gray plus the bonuses,
Plus 4,
or you could roll with 5 gray plus your bonuses and get successes on all of them.
Well, not 5 gray, just 5 black. Because
regardless, you'd have 5 plus your bonuses as successes.
Yeah.
Or you could roll 10 gray dice plus your.
So what are you looking at right now for dice, Cantarius? What are you currently at?
I have no idea. I got so lost so fast. So I'm working in both of my both of my other disciplines. That's at 7. You're giving me 2 from Gorath, which is 9.
Yep. 3 from Alfons.
David failed to help.
Yep. 3 from Alfons, so you're at 7. 1 for it being Eurus, so
hold up.
8.
You just said 7.
7 total.
7 total helping die.
8.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, helping, and then now you have 8 with the advantage dice for it being Eurus.
Okay.
And then. So honestly, at that point, I would just keep the dice exactly at that.
Yeah.
And auto succeed by spending your deeds point.
Yeah, because that's already better than
after the fact. If you don't already succeed, right? I would just keep it because then you're at 13 dice against 13 ob, and you can always your deeds point will mean an auto success because you can automatically turn all your failures into successes.
Except I'm going to do an untrained demonology to make the ob 14. I'm kidding, Connor. I'm kidding.
I knew Alfons was against us.
I love you.
Yeah, it just depends on whether or not you want to keep your deeds point and try to do everything you can to keep your deeds point. Or...
I feel like that should be the number one goal always.
Fair enough.
Why is that? Hold up. What? Why is that never?
You can fork in anatomy if you'd like.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So 14.
This is open ended, so there's a possibility you could get it, but even if you don't, you can just spend your deeds and get it anyways.
Yeah, basically,
right. That's kind of where I'm at.
What we're saying is you're guaranteed
persona and stuff.
Sure.
It
is guaranteed to work if you wanted to, though.
Right. I'd rather use my deeds point on intimidation to convincing Faustus's demon to that if he doesn't leave this planet, I will kill him 1,000,000 times.
Permanently destroy him. Yeah.
No. I'm if we can't figure out a way to actually kill him, I'm just going to use this deeds point on intimidation to be like, hey, I can't kill you permanently, but I'm just going to keep unbinding you, keep killing, destroying you until and I'll just get the essential discipline, make myself immortal, and I will hunt you down and kill you for eternity. And
that's a pretty cool.
That'd be what I'd rather spend.
That would be cool. Yeah.
So this is the demon who was originally in Lucerta?
This is the one that was in Winter. Yeah.
Oh, cool. I know that guy.
Yep, he made his way into Armando.
We're at 14. That's 9.
You can enter people's brains, right?
But
he has he did have the physical discipline when he was with Winter. I don't think he can enter people's brains.
Well, no, communicate telepathically because he's like a demon.
Not necessarily. I mean, I guess.
'Cause I'm pretty sure he did at one point
I
during.
don't think he did.
Maybe he didn't. Maybe
Yeah, I
I'm
don't think he did. He
misremembering.
might be able to pull it off a trick like that, but
Yeah.
there's nothing.
I thought he offered Alfons something like in his mind.
He
Like
might
the
have,
whole
yeah.
on stage thing.
Yeah, he might have. I mean, he is like a spiritual being, so
Yeah.
he'd speak into your soul or something. But yeah, so it's just rolling intellectual whenever you want to, Cantarius.
So I got another question though. Is this a roll to figure out how to kill him, or is this a roll to kill him?
This is a roll to know how to kill demons.
Okay.
Permanently.
All right. Can
So,
I
yes, there
fork in cult doctrine from what I know about like the cults that
sure.
I picked up on over the course of time? Okay.
Yep, that makes sense.
Can I fork in philosophy in terms of like the morality of the world?
No, I don't think so.
Dang.
Can I
How
help
to
him
make
with
it an even 14-14. I'm gonna help with demonology.
Someone murder me.
Can I
No.
can I help him with doctrine or foreign doctrine? Okay, cool.
Doctrine, either of those would work. Yeah.
Okay.
That means
If
I'm
you have a
forking
5,
two.
do you have a 5 or higher in doctrine?
I have a 6 in doctrine. Yeah.
So you can give him 2 dice. For that.
Sweet.
Oh, that's amazing.
So, like, legit, can I roll an untrained demonology roll?
Why would you do that?
Because I need one perception. Well, I need one challenging perception to make it 5.
Well,
Sure.
you get a
could,
test for helping. Yeah.
if you want a challenging Alfons, you could just roll the ob 10 yourself and just see if Alfons randomly knows it already.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, yeah, actually, for you, it would be like ob 20 because you don't have the proper context. But if, let's back up from that. Let's actually do something that makes sense in that Alfons would actually attempt to learn. It'll probably still fail, but we shouldn't just farm something.
Yeah.
So you can make a link test, I think, with demonology. I think for you it would be like ob 4 probably,
Oh, okay.
or ob 5. Yeah, let's say ob 5.
And can I get an advantage for what I've been doing in the countryside? Like with the cults and all that?
At 1 advantage die, sure. Yeah.
And 1 because I know yours?
No.
Darn.
I don't think so.
Okay. Oh, wow,
That's actually not a bad roll, all things considered.
Yay! 5 perception.
Wait, you needed a challenging?
Yeah.
Why does it say difficult then? Oh yeah, but you added the advantage die, so it's a difficult.
Oh, but I thought the double counted.
No, it doesn't. Remember, it's always based on the original roll, what it would have been.
Could I?
You can undo that. That's fine.
Okay.
You already failed. Yeah,
Okay.
you failed no matter what, so it doesn't matter that much.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yay.
So yeah, that'll increase the out by 1.
Yeah, now it's an even 14-14.
It's a 14.
You're awesome,
But it's not because then I gave you 2 dice, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So
So it's
you
like
actually made this harder
did
for
it.
me?
Yep, he did it.
Why?
Well, because
I don't
you said you're
know.
spending a deeds point.
I'm not. I'm trying not to spend a needs point.
Oh. Well, if you'd said that, I wouldn't have done this.
I said it 3 times.
You did.
Oh, if I had more than 2 hours of sleep, I would have.
There you go.
That's fair. That's fair.
I believe.
Would you like to him to have undone this, Connor?
You're asking me as a player if I want.
I assume
this to
Jared
not
would
have
be
happened?
asking you as a player.
Nah, Jared doesn't care.
That's what I thought. That's what you forget. This is 2 hours sleep, Jared.
This is the agent of chaos, Jared.
Okay. Yeah, ob 14.
You're lucky I only farmed 1 skill.
Literally +4 ob from Alphonse alone.
Okay, is there a way for me to not accept Alphonse's help?
Okay, wait. To be
Cantarius.
fair, this one, the demonology roll wasn't a fork. That was just me trying to figure it out on my own.
It was you trying to do a link test, remember?
Oh yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
alright.
But I think it does make sense though that Cantarius would just be like, I don't care what you say about demonology, Cantarius.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but like the other stuff too, with like essential and continuous discipline. Do I have to accept his help as a player?
I mean, Alphonse is
'Cause
doing it to you. You can't just like reject it out of hand. you can tell him to stop.
In canon, not canon, but from a player's perspective, I don't have to accept help from someone.
Well, he's making a linked test. The thing is,
he's making his own test, yeah.
Because he's casting magic on you. I mean, I guess you could try and like resist his magic, but in some way, I assume. But I think that would just make it harder, and then I think that would just cause you to have a higher increased job. I don't think there's any benefit to doing that because
I'm gonna say I think it's fine if we just say that the demonology roll didn't actually increase. Let's, I think we should just do this. Let's scratch the demonology roll entirely. I think it just doesn't make sense. It was just Jared farming for tests. Like we should just
there it is.
Scratch it entirely.
You should do that more often.
I know.
When someone leads with, well, I just want to roll this so that I can.
Yeah. That I let Jared get away with too much. Scratch it off the record.
Okay. All right. So now
back down to 4.
13 altogether.
Okay, so heck is I hate this.
What? 13
so,
altogether.
Oh,
so I have 12 helping dice. So I'm rolling 17 against 13. What are my odds, Caleb?
Not good.
17 against 13.
Well, it's open-ended.
My odds are less than 5%. I don't think I'm going to spend Persona.
I don't think it's less than 5%. I'll check real quick. I have a calculator for this.
Because it open-ends itself.
Actually, it might even be less than 10%.
I mean, if it's open-ended.
17. You said 17.
Yep.
Open-ended.
Yep.
Against 10. No, 13.
Yep. No, 13. Yeah.
Okay, the calculator does not go up that high. So for an ob 10 test, you have a 58% chance of succeeding.
What's the difference per each increment of ob? Or is that how it works? It might not be.
Well,
know.
The numbers get more skewed the higher up it goes because it's just more variables.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So it's less than 58% chance. But I'm not sure exactly.
All right, I'll spend the 3% then. And the base ob, I should just put in 13 as the base ob.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The separating out what the ob is only matters if you're doing being learned. So.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I got enough Persona.
Holy.
The thing is, you only have a coin flip to work with. It's literally a 50-50 chance. It's already open-ended. Otherwise, you're going to have to waste your deeds point to get one success.
Unbelievable.
Oh, man.
Is there any call-ons I could do here?
No,
wait, don't you have
so.
No,
he already used Order Determination.
Yeah, I already used Order
Determination. He doesn't have intellectual discipline.
Bummer.
He doesn't have a call-in for that.
Affinity for Demons. Did we add in that yet?
Oh, we did not. We definitely
Bless.
did not. Yep. So go ahead and roll that first.
Yep.
We really need to make sure we actually. Hey, there you go. Didn't even need to spend a fate.
There you go.
Whew. There we go. There we go.
See you guys later. Cantarius retires.
Attaboy.
Okay. So this is the question, right? How does one kill a demon?
I think you enter into the I think you enter into the intellectual realm and kill them there.
So maybe it's just like you figure out a way to literally transport yourself into the
demon's dimension.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll fight them on their turf. That sounds like a good idea.
Okay. So the issue here is that they. Okay, so I would say if you had the spatial discipline, this would be a no-brainer. It would just be like you literally transport yourself magically into another dimension. I think the idea here is less that you are literally transporting yourself there and more that you are like making an astral projection of yourself that you can send there, right? Like your mind is there, but your body stays here.
Okay. So if I die there, I'm just a vegetable.
You're a vegetable, exactly, yeah.
Cool.
Well, but I think you do it once you're there.
Just fight him normally. Like, I would just have the stats for him, and like Cantarius would literally just like brawl him to death, right? We just have a moment where he's just like, yeah, but it's like it's interpreted as if like he's using his violence to.
So I have a question for the cosmological ramifications of this.
Yeah,
doesn't that sort of imply that if like angels and demons, as they were, fought each other, that they would always be killing each other permanently because they would be in that sort of like they could also do that?
Oh, that's a fair point. Yeah, that's a fair point.
I think we need That might be fine, but there might need to be like an extra step.
An extra step. Yeah. Astral projection, I think makes a lot of sense. That seems like a fun way to do this.
You might have to
spitballing
sever the rest of their
ideas,
bonds first.
But could you maybe do that in addition to destroying a bond with a different bond?
What do you mean?
A bond with a different bond?
Like to kill a bond, you have to use another bond to destroy the previous bond. Like to destroy a bonded object, you have to use a bonded object.
Well, we can destroy.
We can destroy bonded objects.
Well, so I guess
not necessarily an object, but like a bonded soul. You have to use another bonded soul.
Oh, so like if Armando destroyed the medallion.
Yeah, maybe we could have it be like if.
Well, I'm a bonded.
So we know that when you sever a bond, it takes time for them to recover, and it just takes less time the more bonds they have. So maybe what it is if you sever a bond. They're technically dead, like for a while, and they have to
there
recover.
You go. And you kill them there. You kill them in that state. Yeah, that's what it is.
You kill them in that state.
The thing with the majority of the what?
Oh, well, okay. So what if they're not actually in this realm until you sever their bonds, and then they go back to this realm?
Like this is the rest realm, the recovery space.
So we can kill them in the recovery space.
Talking about Hellbreaker sequence cosmology stuff that we figured out when we played the Hellbreaker sequence, right? There's the World of Shadows or whatever, right? Like, right? Like where the demons were where Friend came from and was like in this weird amorphous state. Like that's the sort of thing that's happening right now, right? Like you're sending them back there.
And then I think as far as like just for our own sake, obviously the Malahim wouldn't be fighting them in this state. Typically, they would be fighting physical forms. They're only ever
the Malahim, the angels. You mean?
Yeah, they're only ever doing this like bond thing where they're metaphysical in this world. And so normally, if a Malahim killed, whatever,
Malahim,
I always get them mixed up. Killed one, they would just die physically, and then they would probably go to this place that they can't get to. So,
yeah, I think that's the idea. Yeah,
it would make sense.
So now that that's all over, I started crying, laughing because you have to spawn kill the demons.
You're spawn killing the demons. Yes, that's what you're doing.
Yeah, spawn camping.
Yep.
So just to reiterate for the audience, what is it that we have definitively decided on?
Okay, so Cantarius would have to use the intellectual discipline to astral project his mind into this like kind of cloudy atmosphere that exists above the planet where they regenerate, right? This realm that exists. And when he is there, there's a moment of vulnerability when a demon's bond has just been broken, where they go back to this place and are in a vulnerable, like amorphous state, even more amorphous than they are normally here, right? And that would be the moment where Cantarius could make a brawling test to literally just murder the dude, right? With physical violence at that point, right? Or mental violence or whatever, right?
Okay.
I think it makes more sense. Like we could have you do like a physical discipline test to also like mind blast him, but I think it's more interesting specifically for Cantarius if he gets to just punch the dude, right?
Can I come? Feel like you should.
That would be the question. Cantarius would have to make the astral projection roll and do multiple targets, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he could accomplish it. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Or any other questions you have, Cantarius, about like that? Does that seem like a...
No.
Okay. Yeah, so if you killed Armando right now, astral projected yourself into the realm and just fought him, like you could do it right now if you really wanted to.
Well, we could also have Gorath destroy his thing instead.
That's true.
Which would probably be a better first shot. Let's save murder until we fail the first shot. It's a good thing you still have your deeds point, though, Connor. In case you get killed by a demon.
Yeah. So here's the other thing. If Gorath destroys the amulet, we can still keep this guy alive. That's one step.
Yeah.
Second step is if we do I have to be the only person in the realm?
No, that's
No.
what he was. That's what he was saying. If you make
It would be harder to astral project
multiple
like other
breaths,
people,
yeah.
but you could attempt it.
You would just increase.
And
the
who would
breadth
be
of the
astral
spell.
projecting? Me with the intellectual discipline.
Yes.
Shoot.
And you would be like, if you wanted to bring, like, say, for example, Dellon with you, you would just be also separating his mind from his body and bringing him with you.
And
Right.
you said something about being able to teleport there.
Yes. If Alfons, if you talk with Alfons, there's technically a possible way that you could literally transport yourselves there. But also, I don't know what that would do to your physical bodies.
I was about to say, yeah,
There's
Yeah.
probably not a lot
It's
of.
kind of like a
I
cloud,
wouldn't- yeah.
right?
physiologically. that
I
might
only
be
have
pretty
enough
dangerous.
spatial to do just myself anyway. I was just trying to make it easier on Connor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if there's
Oh, I
air
see
to
what you mean.
breathe.
Yeah, you could do a linked test with spatial Alfons, I think.
Oh, well,
There's spatial aspects to this. Sure.
Can teleport our astral projections.
Oh no, I was mostly saying just teleport myself, so Connor's ob would be less.
Yeah, but I think if you bring your actual body there, you'll die. Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Because you either be in an amorphous cloud and just fall, or there'll
Yeah,
be no
just
oxygen.
fall or something. Yeah. Or
Probably either
exactly.
way, not great. I mean, I guess if
No.
you fall, you can just teleport back to the ground, but still.
Yeah.
You can just keep teleporting constantly to stay in the air. And if you ever fail, you just fall to your death.
Yeah, either way, I think spatial is definitely a discipline that could be that could help Cantarius's role to like do the astral projection stuff.
Right.
Yeah, so the question is, does Cantarius just decide, okay, we're doing it right now? Or is this like, okay, we need to
We're
take a
doing
step
it
back
live.
and like...
I don't know.
Okay, I think
what
this
do
is
you
a good
guys
time for
think?
Theo to show up. You know what? I actually have an idea here. I think this is a good time for Theo to show up.
Okay.
So Theo and HN Min all like come down the stairs like a herd of elephants and are covered in blood, and they probably really quickly like explain what happened. Like everybody's caught up, sort of thing, right?
I had a quick question. Asia, why would Asia do the thing at Narani's temple if she kind of like didn't she worship Narani, or she just think this?
Yes, she started to, especially because of everything that went down. She's starting to go more towards the Dellon route as well, right? Being like the great god is awesome, but like these patron saints seem all petty.
Okay.
Yeah. So my thought here, right, is that if Theo and the others like fill everybody in on what happened there, and then Alfons and Cantarius are like, wait a second, why did you need the orb? Like, wait, what's happening? And then Dellon maybe gives the spiel as to like, okay, this is what we learned. I think there's an important piece of information that would get revealed there that would color what's going to happen next with Eurus. Does that make sense, everybody?
For Connor and I, who weren't who didn't listen, why do we need the orbs?
Yeah, well, we can
Exactly.
explain that.
That's what we're
Although I do have to go very soon here. So
okay, yeah. So maybe we just end there.
If that's all right.
Yeah. So how would we do this? Let's have you give the spiel to them. Let's have Dellon in character fill them in on what just happened, right? Like what was going on, and then we can cliffhanger on that reveal, and then
what's
figure out
the
what we do with
impetus
the
of that? Because I feel like we
so
have other.
Theo shows up with
Okay.
the orb, right?
Okay.
And obviously Alfons and Cantarius know what this is, and they're like, wait,
Right.
what you did this?
Okay.
What for? What reason? Like what is happening?
Yeah. So I guess as a side tangent from this this very time sensitive thing, I had a vision that the artifacts we've been seeking are keys, but not to the resolution of some apocalypse, but rather the ignition of that apocalypse. Basically, if we awaken these keys and they're brought to the proper place, the demons will no longer require bonds to physicalize. They'll no longer be smoke, but fire, as it were, in my vision. And so we're trying to do our best to recover these and to do this intentionally, or they're going to accidentally cause some very big issues. And we're not aware if it's motivated by infiltration of demons in the ranks or not. But Achia also came to the same realization through her astrology the day that I had my vision. So she is on board as his men. But unfortunately, the rest of the order is probably not going to take it very well. I don't know if I said the important part. If I didn't,
Yeah, you guys have any clarifying questions
for
that, like in character? Did you understand the revelation there?
No.
Yeah.
We were kept being told by
the
order
order.
that we needed all of these artifacts to prevent an apocalypse, but in reality, they're keys that would basically start a demon invasion. Basically, the demons, if we unlock the thing, the demons don't need to bond. It's what's keeping them as smoke. Is these like
basically there is
the gods sealed them away, basically.
Yeah,
right?
the gods sealed them away behind a gate. And the artifacts are the keys that unlock that gate. And
so the gate made them smoke, and if we open that gate, they can just materialize, and they won't have to possess things. They can just punch them in the face instead. And so basically, if we do get all these artifacts, awaken them, and take them to the gate, we'll start the demon apocalypse, not avert it. So that was the revelation.
Yeah, and so I think what happens here is Gorath was listening to that whole conversation through Cantarius, right? I assume you'd be filling him in because it seems like important magical stuff for him to know. And then Gorath says, "Oh, that makes what I'm reading from this medallion makes so much more sense. Yeah, Cantarius, we have an issue. This is what he's bonded to, but it's also one of those artifacts."
Great. If we destroy
I don't know if I can destroy it.
Oh, well, I guess there's that.
So we either kill him.
Well,
I can look to see if he's bonded to anything else. Do I already know that? Yeah, I already looked. At his bonds. Is he bonded to anything else besides these two things?
That is a good question.
Because I saw tendrils come out of him before. Was there?
I don't think he is. That probably makes sense that these are the only two things he's bonded to.
Also, if we drive him out, is that like that's the same, right? As if, like, say we exorcise him. That's as though we had killed the thing he was in, right? He still has to recover.
Yes. It depends on how you do it.
Functionally, the same thing has occurred, right?
It depends on how you do it. The idea is that you have to interrupt him. If he does it on his own accord, there's probably a way to do it that won't be as damaging to him.
Sure. There's a difference between saying, please eject my disk drive and just pulling it out of the computer, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So with that added information, what is actually the thing that you guys are going to attempt to do? We don't have to get into. We'll probably cliffhanger on whatever that is, but
on a player level, I think we should try and just expel him from Armando and then do this. It's like not kill Armando, but just like exercise him normally and then go kill him.
Oh, we can't because he's also bonded to the magical artifact that can't be destroyed.
Well, no, we can. We don't have to break every bond.
I thought we had to destroy every bond.
No, so when you destroy a bond, they go into that realm, and the more bonds they have, the faster they recover. But it's they still have to recover each time.
Yep.
So sorry, I should let you explain that, Caleb.
So if if we just destroyed one of like 1,000 bonds, we'd still be able to destroy them. Yeah,
but if he had 1,000 bonds, he'd probably recover.
He'd come back in like a second. And that is, I think Gorath does reveal this. He says, okay, given all of that information, if you manage to exorcise him from Armando, you will have a very limited window in which to kill him because this is very powerful. I think this bond is going to make him regenerate very quickly. It's the reason he was able to come back so quickly after Winter died. So you can try it, Cantarius, but yeah, you'll have one shot.
Which is true anyways, because we'd have to break that amulet to get another shot, and I don't know if we can do that. So
yeah.
Well, yeah, we just have to not screw it up. But if we screwed up, we'll die. So I feel like it's probably only one shot anyways. We got this.
Well, not if we can escape, right? I mean, we could always just get out.
Burning Wheel doesn't do that. You just die or you don't.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that what you wanted to try to do then, Cantarius?
Yeah,
exercise him.
Try. Yeah.
Okay, well, I think we should end on that roll. I think we should make the roll to exercise him because that will determine whether or not you get a shot, and I can prep for that next time, like the actual demon fight in the realm or whatever, right?
Sure.
Or we just have to move on to something else next time, right?
If we're going to do all that, I should probably go and have him, because I probably should have gone a few minutes ago.
Okay. Then maybe
let's wait on the roll.
Then maybe we just cliffhanger here then. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
I know that's not
that's right. No, you're good. Let's just real quick run through Artha and call it for there.
Okay, the demon is here, and Lucerta must be stopped. I will get intel about Faustus. Heck.
You did not. It's all right. We ended up focusing on two scenes very particularly.
We gained a lot of info about demons, of which Faustus is one.
True.
You know a lot more things.
I'll give you a
Faustus
fate
now
point
than
for
you
it.
did.
Yeah,
Dang it.
it was a peripheral thing.
Better than nothing.
Thanks. This world is more than blood and gold. I'll increase my skill in the intellectual discipline. I didn't increase it, but I worked towards
Worked
it.
on it. Fate.
We've captured one of the demons. Now I'll find a way to kill it.
You found it. Persona.
So do I get... Okay, this might be a stretch, but I just discovered a way to kill interdimensional beings. Is there any argument for a deeds point here?
I don't know that there was a non-selfish way of doing that. Like,
Yeah, that's part of the
usually
issue. The two reasons, the two ways you get these points are accomplishing goals bigger than you and for non-selfish reasons, or helping
and for
another
non-selfish
character.
reasons.
Yeah,
Right.
or helping another character fulfill their goals when they're counter to your own. Like in a very
So if this
dramatic
would have
way.
been someone besides Eurus,
Yeah,
then you would have
or if
considered
like,
it.
or if Cantarius had a whole thing about like, you know, I don't. Maybe if this had been directly contrary, maybe like by doing this you would. Cantarius, this is something you know. If you kill Winter, or sorry, if you kill Eurus, you kill Winter too. Any remnants of your soul here, you will also kill Winter. I don't think you get a deeds point now, but you might get a deeds point next time. I think we should play that out a little bit next time and figure out what Cantarius, right? I think there will be, and this is one of the things that Eurus will say to you. He'll be like, if you kill me, your son's gone forever. I can give him back to you. Like, well, we can have a whole thing there, but that's a good angle for a deeds point, I think.
This could get real interesting because I'm me. I'm not anybody else. I'm me. So there is a chance that I actually might just be like, sure.
Right,
yeah. Give me one.
I don't know if there's any traits that got you fate points or anything.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah. Did Cantarius have any humor, right skill, right time, embodiment stuff that we think stood out?
Analogy. Oh wait, no, I rolled that. Oops.
Yeah, the thing with this one is like it's not something you always use. It would be like something that came up that like happened to be really useful and no one expected it to be. Which I don't think was the case for Cantarius. Yeah, I think it was pretty straightforward with Cantarius this time. All right, Dellon.
I only did the last one. Help Cantarius expel the demon as soon as possible. Obviously, we didn't.
So fate point though. You're working on it. Yeah, Dellon light episode.
I don't think I got in trouble at all. So,
yeah.
Well, I mean, I might get in trouble later, but that didn't occur yet. So,
yeah, I think it's maybe just one fate point, right?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
It was. Sorry, we had plenty of Dellon stuff before this.
Oh yeah, no, it's
as
no,
well.
No
so, all right, and then real quick, Alfons, you didn't find a way to get a Faustus. You did help ingratiate Antonius. So I'll give you a fate. Well, no, you offered helping dice, which is a cost, so you can take a persona for that. But that's the only thing you actually had a belief about that you worked on.
I did the third one.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So you're working on that still. It hasn't happened yet, but you're taking actionable steps to it. So fate.
I did help, so that's done.
No, I will help the king ready the Colosseum for his arrival. It's not ready yet. So.
Oh, that's okay. And I made
always find a reason to use my powers. Yeah. Fate point there. Any traits?
I don't think.
Did I get something? Did someone say something that I get?
He got a fate point for screwing you over with his magic.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
Let the record show it was net equal.
Yeah, I think it was just that fate point for always find a reason to use my powers. I don't know if there's anything else beyond that.
Yeah.
And then Theo, last but not least.
I don't think I did the second one because I didn't actually try to find out.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that was on the back burner today. You worked towards sharpening your will, nerve, and face, so fate point, and then you did get the key.
Yeah.
Or the orb, so persona.
Right.
And then I'm gonna give you humor, right skill, right time, and embodiment. I think for your sequence.
Nice.
There was a lot of fun stuff there, and Theo managed to show off a lot of his fun skills. So 2 more fate points and a persona point there. But I think
and probably never heed danger, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course. You kept going the one you really should have stopped. Yeah.
Oh,
fate
yeah.
point. Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Cool. Yeah, I think that is our session. Thanks for playing, guys. That was a lot of fun. I'm excited for next time. There's going to be a lot of craziness. So
Yeah.
we'll be back next time. Adios.
Peace out, guys.